Hello, Shalima. We're waiting on Jen to get in here, guys. Hello, everybody. Hey, ladies.
Hey, I'm here.
All right. I'm just waiting on a few more people to get in here. Hello, Miss Donna Baker. Kay Sloan. How are you, ladies? I'm going to be saying this. I know it says it on the title and the description and all that stuff, but I just want to continuously say this. We are discussing children in this live. I do not want any child's name mentioned. We only refer to the children by their parents, okay? Except in one case, and that is the boy that his name is on the side of the building that Candace and them used to have staying with them. And I will just refer to him as C and his sister because I don't know what his parents' names are. Hey, Mamie, Joe. Prayers, hello. And I said this on my live last night, guys. I done a video about some of these children back when I first started my channel. And the more I've thought about it today, the more it just. And I hear other creators talking about how many CPS cases that maybe that's what's holding all this up. That maybe they're building cases on other minors that are involved. Hello, Miss Tina. Country Christian, hello, honey. Thank you for letting me come up, Nona. Love you. I love you too, sweetheart. You are more than welcome, hon. But we are going to be talking about sensitive, stuff tonight. So everybody, please be on your guard and don't say any names, okay? The one thing I want to do on this channel, above and beyond anything else, is protect the children. Robin's egg, hello, sweetheart. Yes, Joe, there are too many children. There really are. And I mean, if you think about that, and we don't even have a clue how many they have actually had contact with in the past few years. Thank you, country. That is the way it should be. Children should be the first priority in everybody's mind. Um, but I mean, even if you think back, say 4 or 5 years ago, that would mean Jody Sue's son was Hunter's age. I mean, and they lived right across the street. Yes, she
Didn't
does.
didn't
What?
Dudley have children as well?
Yeah, but I don't think they went up there.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I remembered if he had taken them up there when him and his wife went up, or if it was just him and his wife. I couldn't remember.
No, I think he said it was just him and his wife was horrified when the baby came walking out in just underwear. For one, because you couldn't tell if it was a little girl or a little boy, because her head was shaved at the time.
Right.
But anyways, guys, we'll give it a few more minutes, let some more people get in here. Um, Other than what we're going to talk about, which is the minor children and CPS and the contact Don and Candus may have had with them, is there anything else you guys would like for us to touch on tonight? I'm not planning on it being a real long live, but we never know. You know that. I just thought that you should know. Do you all follow Mama Tot? No?
I do not follow her, but I did read her story this morning, and that was awful for her.
What?
her son was red rummed last night.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Today would have been his 19th birthday.
That's horrible. Did you all hear about Miss Daisy's niece?
I did hear about that as well.
I saw her on one of her lives one time, and she was a spunky something, let me tell you. I like her personality, or I like her personality. The Amanda's personality.
I actually think that I heard about that in the few brief minutes of watching Don B today, or reading the comments.
Yeah. Well, everybody needs to say a prayer for that family, the whole family, whether you watch Miss Daisy or not. No family and no mother, those 4 children, none of them should have to go through any of this that they're having to go through. She has 4 little babies. And it's just horrible. Hello, Miss Janet V.
All this awful stuff happening, and Bug was on me today about, told her, Grammy's going inside for 2 minutes, you're coming inside with Grammy for 2 minutes.
Right.
But I'm only staying right here on the porch, Grammy. I don't care.
Right. You have to be careful. That's for sure. Hello, Miss Crystal. I didn't know if you got my text or not, baby. If you were busy, you didn't have to show up, sweetheart. I would prefer you to be here. I don't know if you read the title or not. We're discussing minor children, and I have put the rules down. If you say a minor's child tonight in chat, you will be asked to leave, and that comment will be deleted immediately. Okay? If you're going to refer to a child, excuse me, if you're going to refer to a child, you refer to them as their parent, the children of, except for the kid whose name is on the side of the building up there, and he's going to be referred to as C, and his sister. And that's only because I don't know his parents' names. Jen, did you see that? Country said to tell you thank you for telling me who that about.
I did. I just responded back to her.
Anyways, guys, it's almost 10 minutes in, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I don't know who all would be interested in this subject or who's not, but I would like to know, and maybe that is the reason that CPS is taking their time. Maybe it is because they are building the cases. And I almost guarantee you, if they were to go out and start checking these children, but you have Allie and her 3 children and her niece, who's evidently now in the hospital and they don't think that she's ever going to be, released. There's Don and Candus's own 4 children. There's Jody Sue's 2 kids. There's Marlena's daughter. There's the other 2 children, C and his sister, that were up there. How many other children did these people have contact with? And you have to think, a lot of them are teenagers now. But depending on how long they've been going up there or how long they've been around them, they were little bitty kids. So do you all think that they could have messed with any of those children?
I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't put it past them, honestly.
Well, I mean, Jody Sue's kids was right there across the street.
Right.
And 4 or 5 years ago, her oldest one would have been 14, 15 years old.
Yep.
The other one would have been what, 9, 10 years old?
Around that, yeah. And you've got Allie's, who, I don't know how young the youngest one is right now, but
13.
Okay, so 4 or 5 years ago, they would have not been babies, but, Bug's age.
Right. Robin's Egg says, scary to think how many may have visited that house. That's right. I would like to talk to you about the live about Bristol. Okay, we can do that here in a little bit. Absolutely. So does anybody have any opinions? Do you think that maybe that's what's holding up the case? That maybe they're trying to investigate all that?
I don't know if that so much would hold up the case on Don and Candus, because wouldn't those cases be filed as like a separate entity, even though they were associated with Don and Candus?
Not if Don and Candus reached out and touched those children. That would still be a case against Don and Candus.
Yeah, they could be building the charges. So
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know that that's what's happening. I'm asking the viewer's opinion. Do they think that is what could be going on? Do they think that this is a possibility that Don and Candus got really close with all those children?
Well, what other reason would there be for them to, I mean, they're not, wonderful parent figures. I mean, like, my son's friends grew up calling me mom. To this day, they still call me mom. But you know what? I was also a positive role in my child's life. So, never would it have been looked at as, me wanting to have anything to do with minors. But
Right.
given their history, a whole different situation. So
Robin's Egg says, in my opinion, the alcohol possibly given to kids was for a purpose. I agree. Hello, Stay Tiger.
yeah, I agree with that too. I think there is an ulterior motive behind the alcohol, and I feel like possible grooming starting at the younger ages. And if it went from the younger ages to the early teens, that could be, by this point, they're brainwashed. And that's why they keep going back. I mean, because most of these kids, voluntarily went back up there, and it was probably for the drugs and the alcohol and whatnot.
Right.
And they figure if we're getting free drugs and alcohol and, we're getting high and drunk, then whatever.
Yeah, these people are treating us like adults, and, we get to do what we want.
These people respect us and treat us like the adults that we want to be.
And go ahead.
I was going to say, when in actuality, they're still little kids. So,
I mean, I'm not trying to put more on them. I'm not trying to accuse them of more than what they're already being accused of. But I am saying, I'm asking, is there a possibility? Do you all think that it's a possibility? Oh, I'm going nuts. I've lost my cigarettes, guys.
Uh-oh.
He's right. Biscuit's going to have to move. Anyways, like I said, I'm not trying to put more on them than what's already on them already. I'm trying to figure out, we already know law enforcement's not worth a hill of beans up there. So, okay, there's other creators who are talking about CPS maybe holding up the whole case simply because they're trying to build cases on the other children that may have been harmed.
I know Robin's Egg made a really good point. I don't know if you see her comment yet. There we go.
Who knows what occurred once they would pass out, or if they would even know it happened. True.
That's where I was going with what I was saying, is that, they're being given alcohol. So would they even remember afterwards if anything happened? Or would they wake up in a, hungover haze or a stone stupor and think, oh, hey, it was just a dream? And then afterwards, were they plied with more drugs and more alcohol as bribery? And I'm with you. I don't want to put any more on these people than they're already probably going to face. But there is the high possibility that this wasn't just their own children, you know?
Kathy, we just now went on, honey. It was just a last minute pop up. There shouldn't have been any notifications go out until I actually went live. No big deal, honey. It was just I thought that I was going to get my camper moved today, but I didn't. It's going to have to wait till tomorrow, so I didn't get a video done today. So I figured we would just jump on and do a live.
And I had a baby all day and was supposed to have her again tonight until she decided at the last minute that she changed her mind and wanted to go home and help mommy clean.
Right.
Like, I think she just missed her baby brother is what it was.
Stay Tiger says, "Hey, Nana, hope you're doing well. May I ask how much you have read into or know about the policies of the CPS, DSS, DIFAS, Tennessee Drug and Endangered Children Agency, or the Family First Preventions?" I have not done a lot of research on any one of those. Do you know something maybe we don't know? I mean, I know the basics of how all this works.
Yeah, and I'm not from y'all's area, so our info up here probably would not be the same as what you guys have down there. And even for my own area, I'm not that knowledgeable about it.
Right. I think they were groomed and doubt that they had much privacy due to the bathroom thing. So that was already a strike against the children's integrity or personal space. True. Hello, everybody that's coming in. I'm sorry I'm not catching you, by name, but I know you're here.
How can you have a home with no doors and no walls? I don't understand that. I mean, even if, okay, you've got bad kids and you want to keep your eyes on them 24/7, they still need some privacy to do, what all humans do.
Sandy Reese, listen to this. It says, "I'm confused. I work with children in group homes. Why hasn't Candus been charged with contributing to the delinquency of a minor? Please tell me. You probably know legally more than I do about something like that. Can you please tell us?"
I think we're all trying to figure that out because by her own admission and his own admission that yes, he drank that tea.
That ain't got nothing to do with it. I mean, look at all the stuff that's came out about them giving the kids alcohol and drugs and
well, there's that too, but we haven't heard that from their own mouths, but we know from H and Candus both admitting that yes, she gave Hunter that tea. So as far as anything else, as far as them giving any of their own kids any type of drugs or any type of alcohol, I think that would be hearsay because it's coming from other people with, her kids didn't come out and say that they gave it to them. I'm sure that they told somebody, but I'm just saying we personally have never heard it from their mouths like we've heard from Candus's and H's mouth,
Right. Sorry, I'm still trying to locate my cigarettes, guys. I know y'all think I'm crazy, okay? Cigarettes are very addictive. Anyways, let's get back to this. State Tiger says Tennessee DEC works with the community residents and is a subsection of the TBI. I did not know that. So what can they do for this situation? Works in conjunction with DSS, or CPS, and DIFAS.
Okay, Nana, while you're searching for yours, I'm going to go grab one. I will be right back.
I can't search for mine and talk, so I'll have to wait till you get back. When Dudley was interviewed, he stated that Don gave the oldest boy pot. He sure did. That was one of their videos when they had an interview with Dudley. Yeah, I know. I know that. I've got one word. Yeah, corruption. Why is the police and courts closing their eyes to this? Something is not right. I agree, honey. But I mean, obviously, we're not going to get anywhere with trying to figure out why the cops are not doing their job. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on with CPS and why they haven't stepped up and got something done. And I'm just wondering, and that's what I was asking y'all's opinion about. Could it be that there are more children involved and maybe they're checking all that out to build a bigger case on Don and Candus? I don't know.
Go ahead and go search, Nana.
All right, you got this?
Yeah.
For just a minute.
Yep. Okay, if anybody has that information, State Tiger or whoever just put that message up, like I told Nana, I am on baby brain. So whoever might have that information about DCS and whatnot, I would be more than happy to read it, every bit of it. If you could email it to me or Nana, and Nana has my email, so you can go through her to get to me. But I would be very interested in seeing all of that since I'm in Ohio and our laws are very different up here.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
Still can't find them?
No, I found them. I was getting worried because it's got my only lighter in it. It was my cigarette case that was missing. Oh, I found it.
Okay,
Disaster avoided.
With my baby brain, I forgot who put up that message about if you knew the
Stay Tiger.
Oh, that's what I thought it was, State Tiger. I asked if she could send us, either of us or both of us, the information and to get a hold of me, that you have my email, and I would be more than willing to read every bit of that.
Absolutely. I want to read anything that's going to help us figure out why nobody's done anything. Now, I do know that one, I don't remember who it was. One of my viewers has just joined the card team. She just got certified, and I'm so tickled and proud of her for it. So, although I can't tell you who her name is, only because I don't remember, everybody needs to be proud of one of our team who has stepped up and became one of the card teams, guys. And I can't tell you exactly what it stands for. Well, I can tell you what they do. When something like what happened with Summer that night, the card team, not the card team, what is it? It's another team. Anyways, they go in, they can be a cop, they can be a civilian, they can be a school teacher, it don't matter. They get certified. They go in and they are like a spokesperson for the family. Like if the family needs counseling, if they need food that evening, if they just need their hand held, whatever the family needs at the moment of crisis, then they are there to assist them in it. Whether, like if it was a victim of they are there for them. They can get them the counseling. They can talk to them. They can do whatever they need them to do. But they're not affiliated with the law enforcement or anything like that. They have their own little group that they do this with. And even like from the way I understand it, if they are a police officer and they're one of the police officers that show up at the scene, their certification for this group actually overrides the fact that they're a cop. So the police actually have to go through them to get to the family. I don't know if I explained that the right way, guys, but I understood it in my own head. I think Scott H. did a live and read all the Tennessee laws about reporting and child endangerment, etc. Will be emailed links straight to their pages so you can read for yourself. I'm in New York, so are ours. Ha ha ha. That was for you, Jen. Are you still with us, Jen?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mama Bird says she's in Ohio too, but in my county, they sort of make their own rules.
Sometimes I wonder that about my county as well.
You have a YouTube on somewhere, Jen. I heard the.
I did because I had to use the little girl's room and I took chat with me.
Oh.
And I forgot to turn the volume down on it when I was walking back. Sorry.
Okay. Hang on
It's
a
off
second.
now, though.
Okay. No filter is the one that said, please email it. But you can send it to me. I can send it straight to her, honey.
Like I said, I'd be more than happy to read every last word of it.
Hang on one second. I will find out what the name of that group is. CERT. Sorry. It's called CERT. It doesn't give me that. It doesn't tell me what the. I can't think straight tonight. It doesn't tell me what the correct name for it is, but the name of the group is CERT. But she got certified the other day, and I'm very happy and proud for her. And although I would tell you her name, I don't know if she wants your name out there, so I can't do that. Say what, Sandy? CERT. 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 The county I'm originally in, Ohio, they make their own rules, and you are guilty till proven innocent. I meant. Stay tiger. No filter. Sorry, I never realized you were no filter. Aha, now I feel blank. We talk in chats from time to time.
Now, we are two totally different people.
Who are?
You and I.
She's
You're
talking
not.
to you. She's talking to you.
Okay.
She says no filter. Sorry, I never realized you were no filter.
I read that wrong. I read it wrong. I read that like she was thinking that we were the same person.
No.
Told you, baby brain, and after she blew that dandelion in my face, I have not been right.
Hello, Selena. Never heard of it. Yes, CERT. Here it is. It stands for Certified Emergency Response Team. Yes, thank you. I would assume it's what it stands for. We can sure look it up real quick. But anyways, like I said, I was just proud of her for doing it. And wanted to give them a shout out.
Certified Emergency Response Team.
Community Emergency Response Team is the name of it.
Yeah. Okay, you've got it up there.
Well, you can, honey. All you gotta do is send me an email. But getting back to, so there's a few more people in here now. Do you think that the CPS is trying to gather more evidence against Don and Candus and other children they may have had contact over for the last few years, and that's what's holding up the charges that they plan on pressing? I mean, I personally can't imagine why they would, if there were anything that would cause them to press charges against the three boys. I can't imagine that they would just hold that case up. Let's go out here and see if we can't find some more evidence. I would think that they would go ahead and do what they could to get justice for the children that were already hurt, and then later gather more charges.
That's what I would think too. Or at least that's what I would hope, is that, if they've already got enough to press charges, that they can build the rest of the case afterwards.
Hello, Regina. Yes, we're all well, sweetheart. Just agitated because nothing is moving in this case. Nothing. Yes, I believe it. Anything they said to the therapist could have triggered investigating other people too. Well, I didn't think about that, Robin's egg. But do you think it would be enough to hold up charges being pressed until they could gather more evidence? Oh, wow, that cracked me up. I ate two different people. I know it's a typo. Who ate two different people? Jen?
When I read that comment wrong and I was responding back to it, that I was thinking that she thought you and I were the same person.
Yeah.
And I guess I must have typed you and I ate two different people instead of you and I are two different people.
I think you might have been trying to put ain't. Or do you even say the word ain't?
No, I was probably trying to type. Well, yeah, you're right. I was probably trying to type ain't. Or no, I would have been trying to type we are two different people. And it came out 8, and I didn't proofread it before I just hit the button. Like I told Christola, it's a bad day over here.
Right. Discovering the Truth says, I figured they wasn't pressing charges on Candus, hoping if they watch her close, she might lead them to Summer. But now that I see they don't care, I don't know why any charges haven't happened yet. I don't know. I'm just so confused about this whole thing. Why the cops never done anything or haven't done anything? Yes, because they wouldn't want to tip those people yet. Maybe. I guess if you looked at it like that and you figure, well, the boys are safe where they're at and nothing else is going to happen to them. And if something was said to a therapist that would make them think that it might have been something larger going on. Sandy Reese says, no, if the kids have talked, they are responsible for turning it over immediately. Really? So they wouldn't wait and gather more information on other children? I would love, if anybody is an attorney, a family attorney, or a criminal attorney, I understand that y'all, whoever it may be, can't speak directly on this case, but I would love it if somebody could give me some legal advice as far as why this would be being done or why that's not being done. I mean, if anybody could do that, that would be just awesome, guys. I'm sending great vibes to everyone here in chat just for Summer. Well, thank you, Regina.
I just need somebody that can do voodoo right now and get rid of the allergies.
Hello, Zero. Somebody should be charged for posting a video of Summer dancing in front of a for sale sign. I believe so too, sweetheart. I absolutely believe that.
That was all kinds of wrong from the get-go. As a parent, even if it was innocent, you should never post something like that.
So it would be separate charges. Sandy says it would be separate charges. Back put to plant some pine trees, huh? I think I missed something there.
We both did.
It's another charge. Okay. Isn't that a situation of kids say, parents say, and who to believe it may be taking a bit to get the boys to open up about Candace and Don. They love their parents and are more than likely scared of them. I agree, Mama Bird, but it would not be if they had reason to believe something may have happened to the children, then the children would be physically examined. And at that point, there's no he said, she said. The state would take it over and actually press the charges. And if I'm wrong, please somebody step in here and tell me how wrong I am. Sorry, guys, my allergies are really kicking in today. Candace was doing the videos of summer. Yes, that is what would happen.
Well, even aside from the video, the song that was with the video was just as inappropriate.
I believe the person who actually took the video of Summer dancing in front of the for sale barrel, Jose, or Jose passed away. I don't know if I believe that. Does anyone know of any other children that were around Don and Candus in the past few years besides the ones that I named or that I spoke of? I believe that person who actually, oh, that was you, Marianne, that said that, huh?
Do you remember the story about Don driving down the road and seeing a kid by the side of the road and yelling at the grandparents or the father or whatever it was?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who that was to even try to connect a name to it, but my opinion, Don should not be anywhere around children. And what did he say to that child? And, you know, what ensued in that situation?
I don't know. Sandy Reese says, correct. CPS has to issue a doctor visit within a week of getting them. Why candyharer can't visit, call, mail, no contact with the boys. That's a mystery to me. I thought it was a mystery that they're saying that the middle daughter, Candace's younger sister, not Rose, but the other one, Candy's not, or Grandus is not allowed around her children either. I don't think Don will ever get out if Ellie got that camera. What camera? I've not heard anybody camera, Mimi. Yes, absolutely, Mama Bird. Country kids are barefoot. I go barefoot at least 40% of the time still. What? I have not seen Gerard say or do anything. Where are they at? Who are they?
Now, Crystal and I have both had to remove comments. One talking about satin sheets, and another one, I think the one, God, I can't even talk. The one Cristola moved was talking about Beyonce.
That's the one that's on the screen right now.
Okay. The satin sheets comment was way up there in the beginning.
If y'all feel it's a troll, get rid of them. I told
Cristola timed him out. So
after yesterday's video, I'm over trying to play the good guy anymore.
That's right, Nana. Put your foot down.
I show respect. I expect respect to be given back to me. Somebody on the channel, I can't remember which channel, said Candus had been hanging out and flirting with Blue Roof Dawn's teenage son. Can't remember his name. His name is Daniel. We just watched this right before we went live. That was Marlena, and she was on Lip's channel. Lips finally got an interview, or a small interview, with her. So there's more kids right there. And just a few. I mean, the boy is what, 19, 20, they said. But just a short few years back, he was a teenager.
Well, even if he's still 19, still a teenager. I mean, technically, yes, he's a man, but still in his teens, and it's still not right.
If Jose himself actually did an interview on somebody's panel, somebody else's panel, he himself said that it was him who did the video. That is the only reason I said that. Well, I mean, I didn't hear that part, but I heard tell of it. But why would he do the video, Marianne? That's what I'm going on, is why would he have a reason to do that video? And plus, that video was done how many months after he left? I mean, it was posted, what, a week or so before she went missing?
Right around there, yeah.
And he had already been gone since, what, September of the year before?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
I mean, I know the rumor is flying around that he was still up on that hill and he was in the camper with Grandus, which we have no proof of. So therefore, it's rumor. We can't confirm or deny.
Right. And yes, I've heard. Go ahead.
I was going to say, is it possible that he could have still been hanging around there? Absolutely. But I'm sure that if the cops thought that he was, they would have looked into, they would have gotten something to verify that he was where he said he was and not up on that hill. So if I had to guess, I would say that it's not true. He was not there.
Right. Mama Bird says Marlena Crawford was supposedly missed anyways with the, blah, blah, blah. But some say it's true, some say it's not true. Don't know what to believe. I agree, and I've heard that before. I don't know what to believe about it either. But that could be another aspect that CPS is checking into. Don claimed he had a Canon camera that went missing. I do remember that being said.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, I remember it, Mimi. Now I remember it. I was thinking video camera is what I was thinking, though. I hadn't heard about a video camera. I'm praying Summer is still alive. My heart tells me she is, with Jesus and the angels. Okay, caught up. Went to beginning and watched at it in gas speed. In gas speed. Where do you find that setting? I'd like to find it. Does it go with the YouTubian Galaxy?
And some days I need that speed.
Mimi, we are not allowed to say that. Somebody please remove that comment. No children's names, guys. None. Ellie did take some cameras from the house when they first searched. Lips talks to her often. That's just the beginning. What she posted the other day. Right. Lord, I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. I figured that it was just the beginning. I didn't think that she would put the whole interview out there all at once. And I believe I said that in live last night.
Yep, you even said that to me on the phone when I told you to go watch that. Because you had been gone and I saw it before you did, so.
Mama Bird, I have wondered if they might have messed with Summer. The oldest is probably hitting puberty. Curious. I wonder how many children came to sleepovers with the boys, too. True. You wonder what those parents are thinking right now.
There could be so many other children involved, or this could all be just pure speculation and none are involved. Not saying that I believe Don and Candus whatsoever, and I think all of the signs point to SA. But at the same point in time, right now, we have no proof of that except our own speculations. And just the fact that, he did this to his sisters. I guess what I'm getting at is right now it is all speculation, but I think all of us are on the same page with that. And we've seen how Summer acted, and none of it was right. But
I see you've got that took care of, Christola.
Like you said in the beginning, you didn't want to put any more charges on either of them that they might already be, catching.
Right.
But at the
Gas speed equals geyser. Kathy?
Kathy, where are you from?
Are you okay? Should we call for a home visit? I mean, do you need somebody to check on you, baby? What is
you mean like I almost did to you the other day?
Yes. What is geyser? And I thought you actually just mistyped fast. I didn't know you actually meant gassed. But I guess that would all fit in with the YouTubian galaxy, wouldn't it? Geyser and gas speed. Most of the boys that were up there, we don't know that, Mimi. We don't know that they did anything. You're fine, Stay Tiger. Lord, honey, we didn't expect you to do it right this second. Like father, like son.
I think we understand, these things take time. If anything else, we've had a year of time to try to gather emails and figure things out. So there is absolutely no rush to get that out.
Kathy, I'm sure you don't need a 5150, sweetheart.
No, Kathy, I almost had to call on Nana the other day because she sent me a crazy text message that I could not decipher. I even told my husband, I said, I think she's having a stroke, baby. He's like, well, do you know her sister's number? I'm like, no. And he's like, do you know anybody's number that can get over there and help her? I'm like, no. And then I was going to call 911, and it's like, well, that would have done me a lot of good.
You got this for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead. And she leaves me up here all by myself. But anyway, I almost did call 911 services for her the other day over a text message. I know when I had my strokes, my husband could not decipher my text messages, and Nana's text to me came out something like when I was sending text messages after my stroke. So I was very concerned for her, and when she messaged me back a few minutes later, I was so happy to realize it was just an autocorrect and she was fine. I mean, how do you send 911 to a P.O. box?
I don't mean to interrupt. Kathy, I owe you an apology, sweetheart. Obviously, I'm an old geezer too, so I'm moving at geezer speed in my brain, according to Miss Cristola.
Oh,
Oh, that was
okay. Kathy, you're safe. We're not gonna call to get you checked out.
no, we're not. That was actually Cristola explaining to me because I'm
Thanks,
so
Paula.
old. Gerard McLaughlin, you're fine, hun. You have to follow Cristola's rules. I don't have a problem with people speaking their mind or having an opinion, okay? Just wanted to, say that. You're more than welcome to stay. Okay, my thought was about summer. She was exposed to too many of them. I agree 100%. No, you didn't, as far as I know, did you? Oh, yes, you did. You did. You said C's name, the one that's up on the side of the building. That's what I was saying. You can't say his, you have to say C or his sister. Because if y'all will remember, those were the two first teenagers that were up there, and Don and Candus wouldn't allow the law to come and get. And then the second two was Allie's two oldest children. And she threatened to pew Allie if she came up there to get them. Autocorrect will mess your messages bad. That's what we'll say it is, Kathy. I agree 100%, baby. That's it. Autocorrect. I blame that crap all the time.
Fortunately, the other day for you, it was autocorrect.
Well, thank you, Regina. I appreciate that, but I am very old, sweetheart.
Shut your face, woman. You're
I
not that
am.
much older than me.
I am old.
You are not that much older than me.
But the point is, I'm older than you. So stop sassing.
Well, the point is that I'm still old.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know you're old when you talk about being old and your son says, would you please stop talking about that because you're only so many years older than me. And if you're old, that makes me old.
Oh, yeah, mine does the same thing to me.
But you're not that close to his age. My children were all, what is it considered when you're born within 20 years? I don't think it's a generation. Is it a generation? Put it this way, it's possible that me and my children could all be, you know how they're called millenniums and the baby X's and all that crap. It's a possibility that me and all my children are in the same generation together, okay? We could all be called the same babies.
Well, you're in the same generation as me, so.
Nuh-uh. Really?
Yep, we're both Gen X.
Well, I think my kids are millenniums. No, they're not millenniums.
No, those are
Anybody
Gen
know?
Zs.
Yeah.
Those are Gen Zs. And then now, I want to say, like, Bug's age, they are, God, I just had it.
Z's. Those are Z's. I'm almost positive they're Z's. I'm wanting to know what the 80s and the 90s are. Or the 70s and the 80s.
60s and 70s is Gen X.
What are the 80s and the 90s?
Gen Z. And then the newer ones would be the millennials. Anyway, quit reminding me how old I am.
Somebody start talking about something. Throw up an idea there, guys.
Instead of how old we are.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back to what we were originally talking about. So, when was C and his sister up there? How long ago was that?
That
I
was,
remember hearing about it, but didn't remember exactly when it was.
I believe, May of 2020. Maybe May of 2019.
Of 1920?
Yeah,
Shush, Nana.
1920. I said 2019.
You did catch yourself. Good job.
Yes, I did. Okay, millennials are also known as X, or millennials are also known as Y. And 95 to 2012 are Gen Z. And the next 13 through 25 will be called Generation Alpha.
Okay, well, Brett came before 95, so.
Then he is Generation Y, or a millennial,
Yeah, I figured he was a millennial.
or also known as the next gen. Zennials are 75 to 85. X, or baby burst, is 65 to 79.
Yep, I'm X.
How old are you, Jen?
I'll be 50 in November.
Oh, okay. You just missed being a Zennial.
Yep.
The oldest Zennial is 47 years old. I wouldn't have been minded being born in the greatest generation. There's the lost generation, the generation of 1914, the interbium generation, the greatest generation, the silent generation, baby boomer generation, Generation X, the Zennials, the millennials, or Y, or next, iGen and Gen Z, and then Alpha. Wow. Okay.
You know where I would have liked to have been put in all of that?
Where?
Whatever generation that had the big fancy dresses with the matching hats and the corsets.
That would have been the great generation.
Yeah, that's where I feel like I should have been.
The greatest generation. I'm a boomer. Rapunzel says, I'm a boomer.
Yep, I missed that one.
Janet V says, I don't know what I am. Is Versi in the house? I missed her.
She is. Hi, Versi.
Hi, Versi. What about 1960? Well, crap. Hang on a minute.
Well, there's your next idea, Nana.
What?
We were talking earlier about coming up with some ideas. We need to do one about the difference in generations, the difference in the music in the generations.
Yeah. Okay, guys. The greatest generation, or GI generation, is 1901 to 1924. The silent generation was born 1928 to 1945. Baby boom generation was born 1946 to 1964. Generation X was born 1965 to 1980. Millennial generation is 1981 to 96. Gen Z, or iGen, is 1997 to present, which is, this was evidently Oh, wait, they said they wrote this in 2020. That's bullcrap because we got a couple more generations after that. So, whoever it was that was asking what you are, I hope that answered your question. There you are. I wouldn't like to have been a Walton or an Ingalls. Why? I would love to have been.
Well, that's what she said. She said I would have liked to.
Oh, I thought it said I wouldn't like to.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Susan Cooper. I don't think there's any gentlemen in here today. If there are gentlemen, then I apologize. I didn't see you, but I don't think there's any in here today.
I think we had one, and he's gone now.
It's hotter than a witch's brass bra here. Well, do y'all think it was an accident or a kidnapping, or was she sold? Because thank you for that video of little Summer dancing in front of that red barrel that said for sale.
Okay, I guess we can go with that. We can talk about your opinion versus my opinion, because I know on some things we stand the same, and on others, you and I have different opinions on it. And I think what happened, you and I had a different opinion on, if I remember correctly. Just bear with me, though. Zora fried my brain. I ate feet last night. I ate little fists. I ate hair. I don't know what that child was doing in her sleep, but she was making the whole bed shake.
Regina, I didn't know how to take that last comment, but I see you're actually saying thank you. You'd never seen it before. I didn't know how to take it. So thank you for clarifying that. Clarify.
Yes, clarify.
I'm losing my mind. I'm telling you.
It's the right word. You're good. Did my baby brain wear off on you?
Yeah, evidently, or just I'm senile. Also, you all will hear me say the word wretched. Okay, wretched. It's a past tense of reach. Yes, I do realize this is not a word. Okay, I'm not that ignorant. I know it's not a word, but it's something that we say in this area. Unfortunately, I can't get it out of my vocabulary. Be thankful that I don't call a bag of poke. I don't call conditioner cream wrench. I don't say outsides because there ain't but one outside. I don't say heater. I don't say winders. And I don't say schoolhouse. So if I happen to say the word reached or wretched, please don't criticize me, okay?
But do you say light bulb?
No, I try to say light bulb. I really do. But I mean, those are just some of the things that I have a hang up about people saying around here. And like I've said before, just because you're country don't mean that you have to sound like you're ignorant.
And I would hope that nobody in your chat at any point in time would ever think that you're ignorant or even come up with the idea of saying that you're ignorant.
Yeah, but when you come across with a word called wretched, come on, we know that's not
I
a
knew
word.
what you meant. I knew what you meant, and I'm as the least bit country as you can get.
Oh, Lord.
I'm up here in that furthest little north corner.
I have to laugh at myself sometimes and make fun of myself. I literally do not believe Ellie ever cared about Summer. Candus and Don never told the truth. The boys now have a chance in life. Don needs to leave HC jail and be charged in Utah for SA. I totally believe that, Cheryl. I agree with you 100%. We make up our own words in our house. That's good. But I bet you don't.
We've been known to do that.
Do you live in the South, Robin? When you live in the South, it's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that because then you just sound ignorant. I'm from this area and I understood you perfectly. Well, thank you. I know you would. If you're from my area, then you'll understand me. I'm sure everybody would understand what I was saying, but they're going to be sitting there thinking, oh, that person is so stupid. Does she not realize that's not even a word? So I
I
just,
had to do kitty speak for the weekend.
you had a what?
Do kitty speak. She's going through that phase now where she picks an animal and decides that she's going to answer everything in like a dog noise, cat noise, pig
Yeah,
noise. So I had to figure out the entire weekend what she was trying to say.
right.
And then she wouldn't listen to me unless I answered her back in the same manner.
Country Chick says, I think she was sold because Dawn knew too many people in many different states that did things to children. Also, I feel like in the picture of the milk jugs, she was drugged so she wouldn't know that. Know what? I am highly uneducated, lol, or so I am told because of my accent. So I reply, at least I got some common sense. I don't think that you're uneducated whatsoever, honey. Trust me. It drives me nuts when I hear Floridians call the ground the floor. Surely they know the difference between a floor and the ground. There was somebody else saying that the other day. I was listening to, but I think they were like in another country. They were doing that, and up until that point, I had never heard anybody call the ground the floor.
I never heard of that. And I lived in Florida.
Oh, you're in the north and you only use your words at home. Okay, that makes sense. Well, no, people down here like a poke being a bag, and there's actually a story behind that, guys. It's technically because it was like pockets in your overalls. You would poke something into your pocket, and so when they invented the little brown bags, you instead of poking it in your pocket, you would poke it into the bag. So they this is a shortened version of it, but basically you would just poke it into the bag. So they started calling it a poke, or calling soda dope. There's still a few old people around here that call sodas dope. Now that I'm assuming it came from the Coca-Cola where it used to have actual cocaine in it. I was raised in a holler, and the words we grew up with, LOL. I live in Bristol, Tennessee. You live in Bristol, Regina. Please, do you know anything about the remains? Have you heard anything, honey? Yeah, or Collar Creek a Creek, yeah. You're from the southeast. You make up cuss words, Versi. Canada calls the bathroom the water closet. My family said the dog went out to the water closet. It sounds so funny. You know what they in Canada what they call underwear or men's underwear? They call men's underwear ginch. And a gauge, gauge, yeah, I think that's how they pronounce it. A gauge for garage. You say breeches? Come on. You do not.
I haven't heard that word in years.
I can't even bring myself to say the word supper because to me that's too countrified. I have to say dinner.
It's all right. We make up our own words for that. Like if we get a late breakfast, I'll call it brunner. for breakfast and lunch. Or if we have a late lunch that goes into dinner time, I call it dinner. Let's make up my own words for that.
Nana, I came up with a new theory today. What if one of the locals had some sort of booby trap, and Indy, that why they sang the holler knows and only can give her back? I still think if something like that is what has happened, then I still think that it has something to do with what's going on that mountain behind Don and Candus's.
I
And
agree.
I was told that the large quantities of the bad stuff that we all know is being made some dang where's in that area are actually being made in 50-gallon barrels. You dig the hole in the ground, and you put the 50-gallon barrel down in there, and you proceed to do the magic that it takes to do that with. And the reason being is so that if it explodes, it doesn't damage too much, because that stuff has a bad habit of exploding, from what I hear. And that could be a very possibility if they would ever send somebody up there to check the crap. I mean, who's to say she could have fell in one of those barrels? I mean, it's as good a possibility as anything else. But then again, that falls right back on LE.
For not doing their job properly and searching everywhere on that property.
For not doing their job properly and trying to keep everything hidden where they're getting kickbacks.
You know, I know there's shady LE everywhere in every state, but I honestly think they take the cake.
Robin's Egg says when she's talking about dinner, they say slop's ready. Yes, Rapunzel. Prayers for Amanda. Absolutely, 100%. John Davis in the house.
Hi, John. I don't know. I made bug fried chicken, some type of olive oil, some kind of noodle, and broccoli tonight. And she ate the chicken, but she wanted more trees. She still, even at 8 years old, still calls broccoli trees.
Sup. You want a link? You want to come up?
Oh, please, John, come up.
You're starting to sound like Christola when I'm by myself. Please, somebody go up there and save her.
No, that's not why. I just know I sound all nasally and congested, and I'm not fully functioning tonight.
I ain't gonna drop a link unless you tell me to.
I'm not going anywhere. I just
drop a link. It's hot.
Some backup would definitely help.
Now, don't be coming up here talking bad about or making fun of the way I talk and how country it is.
I think we all have our own unique words and ways of talking.
Well, none of those words are mine. That's what I was saying. At least I don't say all those stupid things. Who says cream ranch anymore? Come on. Cream ranch.
Cream ranch, huh?
Yes, cream ranch. Do you know what that is? It's conditioner for your hair.
Oh, no. I was thinking you were talking about the difference in the types of ranch dressing.
No, cream ranch is hair conditioner.
Well, that's cream rinse.
No, it's not. It's conditioner.
But you're saying cream rinse, right? Not cream ranch?
No, it's cream ranch. Like ranch, but with an E, ranch.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I've never heard of that. I mean, I've
Hello,
heard people call
John.
it cream rinse, but I just say conditioner.
Hello, John.
I'm looking for
Hi,
my
John.
keys. Give me just a second.
All right.
Well, I apologize. I set my phone off to the side so I could use my Bic stick and never picked my phone back up to pay attention to the chat.
Oh, it's okay. John Davis, Stay Tiger says, hope you're doing well, sir. Love your show. You're funny, but smart and serious.
Well, thank you.
See, here's somebody that says I say wrench for rinse, like rinse the dishes.
Hey, Nana.
Yep.
Harsh has already congratulated me. I haven't heard anything from you, but something kind of awesome happened today.
What awesome happened to you? I don't know anything awesome that happened, darling. I've been trying to get this stupid camper moved.
I made a post about it.
I've not had YouTube on. What happened?
6K, baby.
Oh, awesome,
Congratulations.
John. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
I get excited over that stuff. I know it's kind of corny, but
No,
can't help
it's
myself.
not. I get excited over it too.
I noticed you've been moving on up pretty good too.
I'm getting there. Not as quick, but I'm getting there. And a lot of it's due to Mr. John Davis and his lovely bride.
We're getting you there slowly but surely, Nana.
Absolutely. Everybody's saying congratulations, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't got the chat on. Give me a second.
It's okay. Did Susan? Well, do you need the link dropped again?
He left us. Told you nobody wants to listen to my nasally voice and everything else. Just call me Snuffleupagus.
There you go. But I was thinking more the lines of electric fence to keep people off their land. Yeah, we jumped back a few. Gotta go see what we're talking about here.
We were talking about a hypothetical booby trap.
Well, Regina's talking about washing her hair and using cream ranch in it.
Yep, we've got a couple different things going on in there. Oh, John's back. Kinda.
He'll get there.
Just like 2 minutes.
Okay.
We know you're slow. It's all right. We accept all kinds in here.
Is Lady Hawk in here? Evidently she is, because Corey's talking to her. So hello, Lady Hawk. And anybody else I didn't see come in. Make yourselves at home. Okay, it says Lady Hawk. I seen that, and I think that was either Frank or his brother giving him the tour, and he knew exactly how to get on Ben Hill like he's did it a few times. I don't think that's Frank's brother. Maybe it might be his stepbrother or something. Didn't he say that lady was either his stepmom or it was his aunt?
Thought it was the aunt. I could be wrong though.
Have a good evening, Mama Bird.
Good night.
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all just like I just told you earlier. Y'all know I'm not a huge fan of JLR. I'm not when it comes to information and all that. But I do have to say that man is either awfully not the smartest person in the world, or he's got some huge cojones. Because let me tell you something. Who in their right mind from Florida, a little man like Jonathan is, he's a little bitty person, is going to take and start walking up into the woods, and the man's saying, I don't even know where this goes, and he's carrying a pew-pew in his hand, and Jonathan just follows right on along and goes right up in the middle of them woods with him.
But
I don't think that's got nothing to do with kahuna size.
Well,
taking into consideration, JLR was probably carrying as well.
So?
Could have been a showdown at the OK Corral out there.
He didn't know how many people might have been up in them woods. He didn't know where that dude was taking him.
I don't know. That porta potty kind of creeped me out. We just got a random porta potty in the middle of the woods.
I tell you what, I'll give him one thing. I'll give him a compliment. He hustles.
Yeah, the
He
fact
does
that
hustle.
he went out there and found the guy and got him to at least do that.
Not just that, but you see him everywhere all the time. That better not be Harley. I swear to God, I'm going to beat her ass if it's her. Harley! Where
Hell,
you been?
Went out earlier
Get your
today
ass down here.
Arkansas.
Come on. I'll be damned.
What?
I'm way up the road.
What, Jim?
He put out a video earlier today that he was entering Arkansas, and I know it wasn't BS either, because he had it on the whatever the gives you the directions.
No, he was in Myrtle Beach today.
Well, then at some point he was in Arkansas. Maybe he just released the video today, but
I don't know. I think the dude is nuts. And I'm wondering if he ain't got some zoom juice that he's taking to keep him from going like he is going all the time.
I could use some zoom juice.
I tell you what, that dude that was walking with him last night sure had some well, maybe not zoom juice, but he had him some juice of some sort going on.
I could have done with a lot less of seeing that dude's backside, honestly.
Oh, I was talking about when he was turning around frontwards and he was rubbing all over his face and his nose and scratching his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, what
No,
are y'all JLR fanboys? How many times did y'all watch that thing?
I only watched half of it one time.
I didn't even watch the whole thing either.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, y'all had a lot of damn details before I said something, fanboys, didn't you?
I watched about 20 minutes of it, and that 20 minutes was focused on butt crack.
I can notice when somebody's up on drugs. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And that dude that was walking around in them woods was hyped on something, and I could plainly see the pew in his hand.
Who's president and who's vice president?
At the moment, we don't really have any.
The fan club's just started. You ain't got y'all ain't voted and shit yet.
No, we ain't.
Well, I tell you, watch No Filter, because she'll stab you in the back to get that president seat of the JLR fan club. I know that.
Let me
Hey,
tell
now.
you, Charlie K was the first.
What did I ever do to you?
Oh, a whole lot of shit. I'm just catching up.
Oh, John, I haven't even started on you yet. I still
By
got
all
a good joke.
means.
I
I'll
still
let
got a
you go
good joke for you, but Brandy's got to be there for that one.
Why, you want to torture my wife too? Does that make it more exciting
No,
for you?
I just need her voice. That's all I need.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Brandy ain't going to team up to joke against me. You can forget that shit.
Are you sure about that?
No,
You
I
sure about
guarantee
that,
it. I guarantee it. Promise. Brandy, she might be watching. You going to join them No Filter against me? Hell no.
Is she in here? Well, Bob G. Hello, Bob G.
I don't even see. Oh, there's Bob G. Okay.
Even Robin's Egg said too much crack showing. Absolutely, in more way than one.
My God, I've all seen it, huh? What I miss? What was the video of? Just like give me the Cliff Notes version. I don't want to hear every scene.
Cliff Notes version. Go for it, Nana.
JLR went up the light holler all the way to the head of the holler and was yelling out the window, I'm just turning around, and dude's tweaking on something and comes out there and starts talking to him, and needless to say, offers to take him all up in the woods and show him around all the places that the cops wouldn't look. And they wound up walking across the mountain, coming out on Ben Hill, and then walking back around and coming back up to his house.
My
See,
God,
I
how long
didn't
was
see
that?
part.
Huh?
How long was it?
Like almost 2 hours long.
I didn't see that. I didn't get that far into it, Nana. I think I only watched like the first 20 minutes or so.
Well,
Nana ain't got time for a post, but she can watch 2 hours of JLR apparently.
No, I wanted to know what the dude was saying, but then it was stupid of how damn stupid he was walking up in them woods and that dude carrying a gun. And I'm thinking, how damn dumb can you be?
Nana said
You
a
was
naughty
thinking-
word.
You was thinking, damn it, JLR looks good in them boots walking in the woods.
You have got JLR is a little bitty man.
Yeah, sure he is, Nana. I hear you.
Not my type.
Well, you like little men. You got a crush on Andrew.
Oh.
Okay,
You
listen.
are messing up, boy.
We are
Okay,
officially
JLR Junior.
even right now, Nana. We are officially even. Officially even. It can all stop right here.
Okay. All right. It's even.
Okay, truce.
Truce.
All right.
All right.
No slip ups.
Oh, it's gonna be hard after
Okay,
that.
No,
JLR Junior.
Oh Lord.
What? What'd you say?
She called you JLR Junior.
Nana, do you often let your guests harass your other guests?
Not
you
even
have on
started
panel?
yet.
No,
Is that how-
I would never allow anybody to harass one of my guests. I would
Well,
not. I would
was-
Listen,
I was here. Listen, I was here to talk about stuff with you. I wasn't here to be made fun of. Okay.
you gonna let me finish now?
I don't know.
I wouldn't allow anybody to mess with my mods or either. But when it comes to my friends screwing with each other, I think it's hilarious. So free for all.
Well, you need both of your friends to be involved for that to be, great. I'm just sitting here being victimized.
Did
Oh,
Suzette
you
Brown
started it.
tell you what happened last night?
Do what?
Suzette Brown, did she tell you what happened last night? It was horrible.
She told me in the email, she was like, I thought you were there. So I started talking shit, messing with you. And she said, and every damn body there jumped all over me. Said Nana went crazy. She called me a B and an MFer and all
I
this.
did not.
Yeah, she didn't say that part. She told me the rest though.
Yeah, she was about to be kicked out and banned.
That's funny.
Absolutely. She
That's
was
funny.
saying you were horrible and she hated your channel and nobody should go over and watch it, and like, oh hell no, this shit ain't working. And the mods were going crazy saying no, you ain't saying this shit.
See, John, I defended you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to
And
hear
you're
something
gonna
funny?
hear me.
Well, thank you. Y'all want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Today, right?
Yeah.
I was in Andrew's chat. All of a sudden, somebody's like, JD sucks or something like that. And Andrew was like, hey, easy there. That's strike one now. Andrew, I tell you, he's acting straight right now. I know, Nana. I'm just saying. Anyway, the person comes back from their timeout, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, JD sucks super bad. And he's like, all right. No, the first time he just warned them. The second time he timed them out. And the third time he blocked them. Right.
Right.
But the whole time this is happening, I'm getting texts. Watch this. This shit's going to be funny. It was somebody that was in it with me just messing with Andrew.
Oh. Hello,
Okay.
Missy Jessie. Hello,
Y'all not
Holly.
read that for me?
So, hi, Holly. So
Jesse, what you doing stalking me, dog?
we get accused of being JLR fan club, but who's the president of the Andrew fan club?
Oh,
I tell you, he's the only person I can get to talk to me that's ever met anybody in real life. I'm sorry. It's my only way there. You
I
know?
don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Holly, would you like to come up, honey? You ain't got a problem with that, do you, John?
No. Why would I? I ask no filter. Why are you just asking me?
Well,
Me and
Because
Holly's
I
tight.
already know that I don't have a problem with it.
Didn't you see her in my video?
yes, I did.
All right.
I was just making sure.
God, you act like I don't like anybody, Nana.
You don't
I
like
did
any.
not.
Well, there's a few, but I wouldn't say anybody.
If you don't like me, there's a problem.
There you go, Holly.
I'm very likable.
Well, that's arguable, but likable's a strong word.
Oh, Missy Jessie says hateful, John.
Yeah, she's been on my ass lately. I keep forgetting that I don't pay her to help me.
I knew there was a reason you unwrenched me the other day.
I didn't unwrench nobody.
Your secret's out.
Did you get unwrenched?
No, you re-wrenched me, but yeah, I was unwrenched.
No.
Was it a regular wrench or was it a cream wrench?
Let me explain it to you, because I know you're a tad bit slow. Where I have two channels that are separate of each other, your wrench don't carry over. I had to wrench you on the other one. That's where we were at.
That's right, Jen.
I didn't, you know what? I apologize, John. I didn't even think of that, to be honest.
That is so correct. Because I don't
On
have
that
any
one,
mods
he is
on my other channel.
absolutely 100% correct.
Everybody jumped on me for that shit, and I was like, God, these people, man. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to wrench them, and I'm going to move on.
I didn't even
Hello,
think of
Holly.
it because I'm wrenched on both
how you
Donna channels, so I didn't even think about it. So I apologize. I wasn't trying to jump all over you. Hi,
I
Hal.
said,
Hey, girl. Hey, John.
sup, Holly?
Doing good. How are you?
Did you see the video?
Yes, and I commented back to what you commented yesterday, and I said I was in the live on June 15th where you had Harsh in there, and I came into the chat and just said thank you for letting me be a part of the video and how much I liked it, but I don't think you guys saw it at all. So yeah, I was trying.
I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, I was telling Nana right about that time, I was having a really hard time with my job. I work full time, and things got really hard at my job, and I was afraid I was going to lose my job there for a while. So I just kind of put YouTube down during that period of time. You know, didn't really didn't go on lives and stuff because I'm just working my ass off trying to.
Well, I
up.
understand, and
Yeah.
I know you was having the other problem too. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, still struggling with that. So,
But you hadn't said anything, so I didn't know. I've been wondering. I was like, I don't think I done nothing to piss her off. I give her an all-star spot in my celebration video.
yeah, no, I appreciate it very much. It wasn't. I didn't feel anything.
It's not a big deal. I appreciate you for doing it. You know.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
fine.
you
We're
know,
good.
I asked quite a few people, and I was kind of shocked more people wasn't willing to do it.
Yeah, I thought there would be a lot.
I thought it was a good cause, you know.
Yeah.
What did you think about Harsh's part?
Yeah, it was really good.
Hell, it made me cry. I couldn't even film my part.
I had no idea.
I
had no idea he had a daughter around the same age, and her name is Summer. So I was just like, wow. Did you know
he had a daughter? No, I didn't until I watched the video.
Right.
Really? He talks about her all the time, guys.
Well, he never used to say her name.
Yeah, he said her name is Summer too.
Not before the video.
Yes, sir.
Bullshit.
I've heard him mention it quite a few times, honestly.
Okay, Jared says, glad you are bringing up about the other kids in the area. I wondered this back before December, but no one else was discussing this. Yes, I think there are many levels of discovery, felonious activity. What do you two guys think of that? Do you think that that could be holding up CPS, or do you think that they may have messed with other children? Or
I think there's a good chance. Did you see my video from today?
I think I did.
Okay, well, what it was is I'm going back listening to old interviews
Yeah.
and listen to when he was on Molly Go Lightly and Perplexed, and the one where he says he has 7 alibis.
Yes, I did see that today.
Okay, yeah, so he was talking about a little girl. And John, do you know anything about that? When Don talks about seeing a little girl out by the road. Do you remember that?
I've heard the story. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
I just
says,
remember, I wasn't sure exactly how that whole story went.
okay.
Holly, you must have just missed where I brought that up to Nana about Don talking about that.
No, I must have. But yeah, just that was today. And I had, it's like you hear the interviews, and I just put it in the background and do housework and stuff. And sometimes I just pick up on stuff that it totally went, just went right over my head in the beginning. So, it's just interesting to go back. But I mean, just sitting there telling that somebody suspected him because he was around this little girl, and somebody suspected him to try to get her in the truck. And
Right.
no, I don't like that at all. I mean, he's a self-admitted, child molester he said it himself. And to say somebody suspects him that he was around this little girl and he was, trying to say, where are your parents? I'm like, this don't look good at all.
Right. John, Suzette is in the house and she says, hello, everyone. I'm going to try to stay out of trouble today, John Davis.
Now you should have come in here a fake name and done it again so I could have been a part of it.
Trust me, it would not have went well.
Hey, now she had people all over her last night. And I wasn't even on live with Nana for maybe 5 minutes just to pop in and say hi and let Bugs say hi.
Yeah.
You missed it, John. My granddaughter was here, my little summer twin.
Oh.
One of John's subscribers, one of his loyal people, came in here last night and started bad mouthing him and his channel and stuff, and we didn't take it too well. And she almost got booted out and banned, and everybody was going off on her. And then she reminded me of who she was, that they do that kind of stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
I
don't know. As far as you guys,
telling us to go watch John Davis. It was like, oh, hold up, girlfriend. No.
Yeah. I mean, what is there about him and Brandy that anybody could say anything about?
Oh, thank you.
I don't see it at all.
Well, give me a minute, and I'm sure I could find lots to say about John.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you,
Hey,
Holly.
John, I heard you the other day talking about your age.
Yeah.
And we're the same age. Did you graduate in 93?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's wild. I thought you were a lot younger than me.
You're both
Really?
36 then, right,
Yeah.
Holly?
Yeah, I'm 36. That's a good age. Yeah.
Yeah.
36. Yo, I'm 47.
I honestly thought you were early 30s, probably.
Oh, you're just trying to be nice.
No, I did. I mean, hell, you look a lot younger than I do. I guess my 47's been a lot rougher.
You guys got this for just 1 second.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, until you interrupted us, we was flowing.
Holly, if it makes you feel any better, the first time I ever saw you, I thought maybe you were early 30s too.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Y'all
Yes.
are being too nice. Thank
But
you.
then again, nobody ever thinks that I give my real age either.
Yeah, you look young. You do look young.
You don't look 65.
John, you're pushing buttons.
What I do?
But you robbed the cradle, didn't you, John?
John, don't you have Andrew on the phone that you need to get to him?
See, you try to pick a fight, man.
You started.
Shit, I forgot where we was at.
I said you robbed the cradle, John.
Oh, yes.
with
Yes, ma'am.
Brandy.
Brandy is 9 years younger than I am.
Yeah, that's about what I guessed. Yep. Wow, lucky you.
But listen, I was set up on a blind date. I didn't know none of that. So
Really?
my sister-in-law seemed to think it was cool. So I don't feel like, I was a cradle robber.
Yeah, yeah.
9 years though, hey,
Well, it's
men age
different.
better than women, so this will equal out one day.
Yeah, exactly. It's no big deal now, but when you were like 19 and she was what, 10?
Oh wow. See, man, I never go back that far because I'm like, that didn't happen. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah.
I've done it though. Been like, man, I was 9 years old when Brandy was born.
Oh,
that's
damn near in
John.
junior high.
You cradle robber.
Oh, I know, man. Shit.
She probably holds that over your head all the time, doesn't? Calls you old man and stuff.
No, she's pretty easy on it.
She's so sweet.
Well, her only being 28, if you're 47, I would hope she would call you an old man.
Yeah, she admits to 28.
I know, because that's how old she looks.
Mm-hmm. She does. She does.
YouTuber says the Wells had access to many children by way of attending the SDA church for at least 2.5 years, according to RL, apparently prior to that at their local Baptist church. So do you think CPS is being held up because of the other cases, guys, in your opinion?
What other cases are we talking about, though?
The other cases that could possibly be, because you have Jody Sue's 2 kids, right? Which 4 or 5 years ago, both of them were teenagers or little kids. There's Allie's kids, her 3 kids, and her 1 niece. There's Don and Candus's 4 kids. I said no children's names allowed spoken. So the boy's name that's on the side of the building starts with a C, and his sister. I mean, they have had access to a lot of kids.
And you know what that says the most about? It says the most about those kids' parents. There is no way my children would be left alone with them people.
Oh, and let's not forget Marlena's daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's probably so many more.
I'm just saying, could they be suspecting that there was tomfoolery with other children? Could they be checking into that? Could that be what's causing the CPS case to go slow?
I think it's possible, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm
Okay,
just thinking.
And
of course, Mr. Davis is being really quiet.
No, I was just thinking about it, man. I was like, well,
let me tell you this, something I found out today. I've been researching like basically family sex trafficking, and how often it happens, way more than we think, especially out in the country. And that tends to be little children's first sex trafficker is a family member. And so I started thinking about the house, and I'm like, she had all this clothes hanging up, just kind of weirdly in the house. And then, how the steps kind of hidden behind the counter, the bar. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to look up what some of the signs are to tell if a house is used for sex trafficking, like a hub or something. And it said the main thing is to see if the doors and windows lock from the inside, where you can't get back out unless somebody unlocks it for you. And I remembered on that video I watched today with Molly Golightly that at the end, Candace is losing her shit. Like, she's like, screaming and all this stuff. And it's around the time he says the 7 alibis. And he keeps saying, stop trying to break my effing door. Do you remember that? Stop
That's
trying to
right, but
close-"
there's no doors in that house.
Well, she said, "Open it for me. I can't get out." And I'm like, "Oh, did he lock her in sometimes?" That was what I was wondering.
Maybe that was that room. Didn't they say like there was a front entry room or
Yeah,
some
the front
shit?
porch where the first two bunk beds are at. They would
Mhm.
lock the kids out there when he would get mad at them.
I wonder if that's what that was.
That's the only door besides the outside door there was.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway,
now-
it just made me think that the doors do lock on the inside, because she was wanting out, and that's why she was trying to mess with the door. And he said, "Don't break my effing door." And I'm like, why the heck would your wife not be able to open a door and go outside? That's crazy.
I could have swore I heard somebody say there's a padlock on one, right?
Really? I don't know. I hadn't heard that.
There's either a padlock on it or it had the clasp for a padlock.
Hmm.
I
That
know I
one-
heard that. I can't
I
remember
think
where.
that's the
But
basement door.
no, the basement door I thought was a deadbolt.
Yeah, it is now. That might have
Yeah.
been that door that's on between the front room and the kitchen right there, because it used to be the front door until he built that room on.
Now
Okay.
listen, I'm 90% sure I heard that, so let's not everybody hold my ass to the fire if that could be wrong, okay?
Oh, everything is allegedly, supposedly, hypothetical on this channel. Everything.
Well, I'm pretty much
Nana?
a no bullshitty if I can help it, so I just want to make it clear because I try not to tell bullshit.
Check
could've
out
swore
Rob
I heard
Jake's comment, Nana. I forgot about that one.
The cellar where windows are covered up.
No,
Yep.
her other comment.
Sabbath.
Cellar
Oh,
in
yeah,
the-
yeah. Robin's daughter, allegedly.
I forgot all about her.
She supposedly was, Robin took her up there to play with Summer sometimes.
Mhm.
Allegedly.
The windows in the basement dungeon did not open at all. Huh.
To
I'm
say
not
Miss
surprised.
Sanchez, women who worked on Don's house, who spoke to me directly to say such.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
And I will tell you this much. I do know this much about people who are doing the go-go juice. They like the windows covered up. They like tinfoil over the windows. Anything to cover the windows up, they will use it.
Is that
Nana.
because of paranoia?
Yes, it is because of the paranoia, because they think people are watching them and they're going to get them.
Right. Okay.
Nana,
What, John?
I'm not from Tennessee. What is yo-go juice?
Go-go juice. Meth,
Okay, go ahead.
meth, crack,
Things that make you go.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't have no clue. I was like, juice. So they're drinking. What the
No,
hell?
I'm
Moonshine or what are we talking about?
John, on my channel, I try not to use those words. So I try to beat around the bush as best I can.
Man, as long as you keep it clean, that won't get you in trouble.
I call my monster go-go juice.
I mean, you can't repeatedly say it, but once you'll be all right.
Well, anyways.
You
But
need to
yeah.
come up with a better word, though, that's more universal, ain't straight from the holler, because ain't nobody else going to know what that means either.
Holly, did you not know what it meant?
No, I did not. I'm in North Carolina. No clue.
I knew what she meant.
Yeah,
Where
go-go
you live?
juice.
Where you live, Jen?
Ohio.
Well, yeah, that's right next door to him.
North Carolina is right next door, literally.
Right?
Right.
I think we a lot further east than y'all, because I ain't never heard of it.
See right
I
here,
really
Robin says meth heads hide inside and peek out where they can. That's why I kept saying everybody was hollering that everybody up in that holler were meth heads, right? And if
Man, I thought we wasn't supposed to say the M word. You done
You
said
just
it like
said-
4 times in the last 10 seconds.
She took your
Okay.
advice. All right, I'm running with it then.
Yeah, exactly. You told me to say it.
Well, now I guarantee you're in trouble.
Okay. Listen, those people that they say use that stuff in the heart.
Go-go juice. We got it now. Everybody's learned the rules. You can say go-go juice again.
Right. Oh, jeez.
We got it. We got it. We got it.
Okay. Anyways, they keep saying it's so dangerous to go up there because you'll get pew-pewed and all kinds of stuff, right?
Oh, hell.
Well, listen. The point is why I think that is so hilarious is because the habits that they have is to hide in their damn houses and put tinfoil up over their windows and peek out to make sure the law ain't getting them.
Yeah.
So
And if
tell
they
me-
are, pew-pew them.
Yeah, it sounds like my neighbors.
the thing about it is if they're so scared that they're peeking out their windows, then who out of all of them, who's going to come outside and attack you if you go up there?
Nobody, but you come in that bitch and they definitely gonna break out a pew-pew on your ass when they're in there tweaking and shit.
If you go in their house, yeah, but not if you pull up in their yard.
What you gonna do? Just roll up and hang out in the yard for a while?
Actually, what you do is pull up in the yard and you honk the horn. And they'll come
Okay.
out.
How do you know all this, Nana?
Because I know a lot of people that do it.
Apparently.
I live next door to it.
Really? Oh,
When you get home, do you pull up and beep your horn twice and flicker your dome light like 6 times before you go in the house?
I do just to
I
make sure ain't
tell you how
nobody
many
in my
times
house.
throughout the day and the night that we hear people pulling in there and blowing the horn.
Mm.
Well, no filter. You need to be doing about 6 videos a day and moving because it sounds like you in the hood and shit when they're
I
doing
am in-
meth days.
I am in the
Beeping
hood.
the horn, got a drive-through.
Gosh.
She does. Basically, next door have a drive-through.
Yes, I do. And
One of the
yes,
things
I am in the hood.
you are in the
That's
hood?
awful.
6
I feel
videos
I feel
a day
bad
and
for
just
you.
prop the camera up in the window
Mm-hmm.
Hell
and
yeah.
get people dying laughing. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't dox anybody like that.
Yeah. And the
I
funniest
would.
thing-
I would. I would
What-
dock somebody selling dope next door all day long.
You don't have to live next door to them. That's the difference. I do.
Yeah,
See, the
exactly.
They
thing
don't
about
have
it
to
is,
live
John,
next door.
better
should-
know the monsters that you got instead of the monsters that you don't got. You don't know who's gonna move in there next if you get rid of those.
Well, Nanny,
We,
you got
we live in
crackheads
a
coming by
neighborhood.
every day.
We live in a neighborhood. We never thought there was anybody here but people like us, just, just very normal, middle class America. And we were out on our deck one night and we heard the yard that backs up to ours, this couple screaming. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're fighting again. And then I heard her say, "You're out here looking for your effing crack pipe." He's like, "I want my crack pipe." And I just remember thinking, oh my God, I live too close to you guys. This is awful. But I think there's so much more of that than we probably ever realize is around us.
You know, there's nothing. I never hear a peep, but get this shit, and the Nana's already heard it. I've had 2 people walk into my house on 2 separate occasions on dope. One of them was naked.
No,
Yes.
I would have been terrified. What'd you do?
My son walked outside. I just got home from on my grandma's grass, and he was like, "There's a dude in the house." And I was like, "What the hell you mean there's a dude in the house?" Like,
Yeah.
there's some guy in there. I don't know who he is. I was like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah.
And he was like, and then, it finally clicked to me. He was serious. I was like, oh, my Lord. I walked in, grabbed the 9 out of the safe. I was upstairs with it in his forehead in about 10 seconds.
Good for you.
And everybody was like, you should have shot him. You should have shot him. I was like, well, yeah, then I would have had to kill him in my son's bedroom. And
Mhm.
my kids were here. I didn't want to kill the guy. Everybody gives me hell for not. But, he wasn't a threat at that point.
Right.
And I swear to God, that was on a Sunday, right?
Mhm.
And it wasn't a year later, it happened again. This
Oh,
dude,
wow.
though, was so hammered, he fell through the door. He thought he was at the house next door where his wife had taken his kids. They were split up. So
Uh-huh.
he ripped walking into my house, and he ain't hearing it that it's not his house. Where's his daughter's is what he keeps screaming.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That is
Chris,
crazy.
hang on one second, guys.
And it was on a Sunday too. Ain't that weird?
John, hang on a
That is
second.
weird.
Christola, if you're having a problem with somebody, then you can take care of it, sweetheart. You don't have to drop out. If you have a problem with somebody, you take care of it the way you want to take care of it. You are basically head of security. Do your job, babe.
The thing that scares me is the stories I always hear on, with all my true crime and stuff, is so many times people on meth, they're not seeing you. They're seeing a hallucination of a demon or something. And that's why so many times when they're out of their mind on it, they'll kill people because they're not even seeing, seeing what's real.
Yeah, they're not seeing reality.
Right. It's scary that they could do that, but it happens,
Yeah, that's what the first dude was on meth. He had been running for like 3 miles and taking off his clothes as he was running from the police.
Oh my
and
God.
Somehow he got away from them. Because when I got home, the police were everywhere patrolling the neighborhood, and I had no clue why. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Certified meth.
No, Suzette, it's not you, darling. I promise it's not you. Poor Suzette's saying it's not me.
Get this though, Nana. When I went to court, right?
Yeah.
My kids had to go to school that day, and it was a 2-hour late schedule. I was 5 minutes late for court, and that dude smiled at me as he walked by me, walking out of the court. Ain't that some shit? I was so mad.
Not as bad as the last time I went to court. I showed up late and went to a guy that I'd known for about 16 years. He was sort of over the courtroom or whatever. I walked up and I said, "Hey, Bob," I said, "I'm late. Who do I need to talk to?" And he said, "Oh, well, just hang on one second." And he went and got an officer, and they put handcuffs on me and took me to jail. I was in jail for 3 days, never got to see a judge, never got to talk to anybody, didn't get to get out on bond. And then when I did get out, my lawyer, well, not my lawyer, he was the judge. He was my mom's lawyer when I was growing up. He just released me. They gave me my stuff back, and I was allowed to walk out the door.
Well, it's good you're getting all this shit out here, Nana, because somebody will dox you eventually and find out.
Well, I don't care. What do they can't. There's no paperwork on it. They just put me in jail for 3 days.
Well, there's film on it now, Nana.
There's what?
There's film on it, audio, the whole 9.
Oh, good God. You know what I did to get in trouble? My old man done something made me mad, and I took and went and ripped every wire in the truck that he had just built out.
Oh, you deserve to go to jail for that. Wiring's the hardest thing to fix.
I know. I helped him do it. And then he didn't have no truck no more.
I can tell how you roll, Nana. You one of them crazy women.
He shouldn't have pissed me off.
Apparently not.
I bet he wouldn't do it again.
No, he don't. And trust me, we're better. We're really good friends now that we're divorced.
That's a good job. You ain't gonna rewire your truck but once.
Yeah.
Right. But seriously, I mean, when I lost my license, the same judge, all he did was make my lawyer promise me that I would never be behind the wheel of a car again.
Now we're up to 2 charges. Keep going, Nana.
Honey, I ain't ashamed of my life. Not one damn bit.
I'm just saying.
Tonight. We're learning.
Get it out there, Nana. Get it out there. I ain't got no material for tomorrow anyway, so I need to make a video.
That's fine.
Then you got me over here that's never even had a speeding ticket.
I know.
Oh Lord. I did have a speeding ticket too. They took me to jail in Georgia. Do you know what it's like to go to jail in Georgia? I begged that state trooper not to leave me in Georgia, because you have heard what happens to you in Georgia jails, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing that had happened to you though.
Well, all it kept running through my mind was that song when the lights went out in Georgia.
Yeah, when you drop the soap in Georgia, it'd be my story.
But needless to say, I only had to pay $900 and something, and I never had to go back to that town ever again.
Well, no shit, I wouldn't have went back neither.
Did they ban you? Is that what happened?
No, but normally when you get in trouble for something and you bond out of jail, then you have to go to court. Well, they didn't.
Okay.
They didn't make me go to court. They just said you pay $1,000 and you go free.
Nana said, "The hell with it. Didn't pay shit. Ain't been back to Georgia ever since."
No, I had to pay. It was $947 or something. They didn't even have change. So the person I was with had to go find a store that was open to get change to give them exact change. It's like Jesus.
Sound like that little city or town had some bills to pay.
Oh yeah,
Let's
definitely.
get this money from her. We got some things we got to pay.
Hey, Nana, you know how you avoid that?
Don't drive when you ain't got a license. Don't lie when you sign the ticket and sign your sister's name, and then your mom gives them another name totally. And
Forgery. Yeah. There's 4 charges.
Yeah,
so
that's
far.
what. Well, my sister had just got her license back, and I knew they were good, and I didn't have any. So,
Oh shit! You thought you passed yourself off as your sister, and that shit.
I did. But the problem was that when I went to sign the damn ticket, I automatically started to sign my own name, and I scribbled it out and then signed my sister's name. But they had my mom over here who was with us, and they were talking to her, and she gave them a completely different friggin' name.
Didn't that shit happen on Friday or something, Nana?
I don't know. But
sign somebody else's name. You're a pro thief, you know.
Oh, I am, ain't I? I am.
You bubbled that. Hey, one time I handed a cop my fake ID as my driver's license.
Oh no!
See, at least I'm not a total idiot.
I didn't go to jail, Nana.
I did go to jail, so I guess I am a total idiot.
Okay. I went home that night. I was like, it sucks. I lost my ID, but I ain't going to jail like Nana's ass would.
Well, I didn't go home at night either. I just went on to Miami. That's where I was headed, was Miami.
Oh. They transported you there after the arrest? What?
No, we drove on down there. But it will teach you, don't be driving 85 miles an hour on the interstate.
Yeah, the sign will teach you that, Nana, if you pay attention.
Yeah, without a license.
Well, no shit.
Sorry, guys. If y'all aren't interested in this.
No, you go ahead. You go right ahead.
I think we're up to like 1967 right now.
Guys, it don't bother me to share my life. I have nothing to hide. I have not ashamed of nothing I've done in my life. Nothing.
I'm just looking at material in case me and you ever have a falling out.
John, I believe I know you better than that. You wouldn't do that.
We'll see how bad the falling out is.
Oh, I don't believe you'd do that.
Oh, I'd make fun of you if I was mad at you. You can damn sure believe you'd get a video, but I probably wouldn't go any further than that.
I would get a video.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You'd get the spotlight, Nana.
You blow up.
That woman still got my video up on her channel.
Still?
And there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, considering y'all are working together, I don't guess you should be.
Oh, John, don't you do that. We are not working together.
I had recently, and that's the first time it's ever happened, but about a couple of weeks ago, she tagged me in the video, so I went to it. It was my entire video. She just changed the music behind it and then gave me credit. But it was the entire video I made.
Did she put it up on her community tab?
No, this was made like it was her video, like she had done it.
Oh, wow. Then you could strike her for that.
I know. And I was like, I don't want to. It's the first time it's happened.
Nana
it's just
died to
like,
strike somebody's ass. She will strike you quick. Don't piss Nana off or
she,
use her shit.
I know, she just was like, do it, strike her now.
Smack.
That's why I always ask you when you put something out that I don't think that Nana's seen yet if we can use it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys, I wouldn't care. You know, people.
I
Are
know
right.
I
But I
asked you a
didn't know
long
this
time
person's
ago if
name.
Nana could use something, and you said that she was welcome to use any of your material, but I just wanted to double check with you the other day.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did ask me that a long time ago, and it still stands. That's always fine.
Thank you, sweetheart.
No problem.
But normally, if I use somebody else's material, I'll just use the audio of it. And that way, there's no chance they can strike me.
Yeah.
But now I did share your video on my community tab the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've shared some ears on mine too.
Tell them who shares yours, Nana.
What? Oh, she knows who shares mine. She just got through saying that woman stole hers.
The same woman, or was it a
Yes.
different?
Out of her. Come out of her. Is that who you're talking about, Holly?
What now?
That psychic woman come out of her.
Who stole your
She took
video?
your video? She took your video?
Well, no, I can't even strike her for it because all she done was put it on her community tab.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've had people share it on community. I think I got a little guy who's a little obsessed because he tags me and plays like my whole videos and just talks throughout them and goes, man, she's so awesome. She's so great. You really need to go to her page.
You need to be careful.
Yeah, I know. I just am like.
But let's get to Holly. It's not come out of her that took yours, though, right?
No, right. It was somebody else. It was
okay.
Okay. Somebody I don't know, and she had like maybe 50 subscribers. So it was. That's why I didn't strike her.
One that I sent you the other day that I was really curious about because the video that she shared.
What?
That video that I sent you the other night that I was confused why she had certain people up there and why she was just making playlists with their videos. I wonder if it's the same person, and I can't even remember her name now.
I can't either, but yeah, it might have been her. She didn't have very many subscribers either.
No.
Hey, Nana.
Yes.
It's my bedtime. I'm gonna drop off.
All right, John. Well, we appreciate you coming up. We always enjoy having you.
John, you want to know the favorite thing you've ever said that I love and still think about?
What?
The time you were on a live and you were talking about what Candace said about summer, and you go, she enjoyed dirt. I about fell out of my chair. Just the way you said it, and you were just so serious. You were like, ain't that something to say? She enjoyed dirt. What the hell does that mean? And I was just, oh God, I lost it.
It's about as bad as
out though, when you think about it. It's so weird to say that.
I know. It is very strange. Just like, is that all she had was dirt? Like, that's what it sounds like.
Oh, I swear, it makes me think, well, she enjoyed dirt because she didn't have no toys outside. It breaks my heart to think that. But I really feel like that could have been what was going on. Because I don't know, y'all know this. There wasn't no toys when the cameraman was supposed to be showing all of them for summer.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple.
Well, the boys really had some nicer things. They had the bikes.
I didn't have dirt bikes like those when I was that age. They were too expensive.
They had a really nice basketball goal. A lot of the pictures, they're wearing like Nike and Adidas stuff.
Yeah.
I think if anybody got attention and got things, it was the boys.
Right. Remain Calm says she saw the picture of that Dylan guy. Was it Dylan, Jen, that we said it was? That boy, Blue Roof Dawn's son that Candace was messing with.
Daniel.
She's seen a picture of him on Facebook. They're spreading pictures of him all over already.
Oh, really? Who is this? Somebody she was messing around with?
Yeah, Marlena Crawford. Lips finally got an interview with Marlena Crawford. Marlena Crawford's telling uh about Candus messing around with the teenage boys in Blue Roof Dawn's house.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Dang.
There'll be more to come because trust me, it was like maybe a 5-minute interview. So there's gonna be she had to have given a longer interview than that.
That'll be interesting what she has to say.
Yes. Good night, John. We appreciate you coming up. We always love you having you here, and you are so funny.
We love you.
We all need to laugh.
I know.
Night, John.
He was also on Candace's Facebook. I seen it months ago. Wow.
Mm. And how old was he?
He's 21 now, evidently. I don't know how old he was then.
Right. Oh my gosh. There's probably a house of horrors in there. There's no telling what they did.
Right. What do you think, Holly? Do you think that there could be that many different kids that got messed with and maybe that's what CPS is trying to gather up information about? Or
I think that's possible. Yeah. I think that's definitely possible. At least it's something that would kind of explain,
Yeah.
why they haven't done anything.
Right.
Mm.
Of course, there was somebody else. Who was it in here a minute ago? Somebody was saying that, Sandy, somebody that was saying she takes care of kids in a group home. And she says no, that if they had the first initial report
Mm-hmm.
that the boys would have to be took to the doctor within the first week.
Mm-hmm.
And that if they found a reason to file charges, they would have to file charges right then and then do a follow-up on anything else they may learn after that.
Okay.
So why are they not filed charges yet?
I don't know, but it makes me angry. I mean, it makes no sense that they haven't.
Right. Okay, Stay Tiger says, can you ask her to ask Marlena directly why Jackie Dobbs said there was no arguing coming from 110 Ben Hill Road, the 14th, double confirmed. I will try to get a hold of Lips, and I will ask Lips to ask her. Yes, I will.
Now, Marlena's little girl, is she the one that's in the picture with Summer when Summer's kind of stooped over?
Yes.
Like she looks like she's in pain?
Yes, that is who that is.
Okay, I thought so.
She's also the one that asked me for money for her side of the story.
Yes.
And then
she's asked many people that, yeah.
Threatened me with her uncle, who's the lead detective in the case.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't understand. If that's not true, why he ain't come out and said something about it.
I know. I don't believe that.
No, I'm saying if it's not true. If he really wasn't willing to do that for her,
mm-hmm.
or if he really wasn't her uncle, why has he not stepped up and said it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because, you would think if it wasn't true or if he really wasn't her uncle, he would want to defend his position.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It really makes you wonder.
I know.
How connected is she in this case?
That's why I'm really interested to hear what she has to say. I've been wanting her to talk for a while.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But she apparently wanted $500 at some point, didn't she?
She never told me. She told another creator that. She never gave me a price. She just said, give me money. I know how this works. You all pay for people's stories or something. She said, you'll give me money for my side of the story.
Well.
Hey, Nana.
She sounds like Candus.
Yeah. What, Jen?
I am going to have to jump down and leave you and Holly.
Okay, hon.
These allergies are just the allergies kicking my butt.
Okay.
I hope you feel better.
I gotta go. Oh, I'm fine, honey. The grandbaby just blew one of those dandelion things in my face today, and I haven't been right since.
Oh, that's so cute, though. Well, I hope
Yeah,
you
I
feel better.
can't see, can't breathe. Just a hot mess over here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I will still be in chat, but I am going to jump down.
Okay.
All right. Love you. Talk to you later.
All right. Love
Bye.
you. Talk to you later.
Bye, Hal.
Bye, hon. Well.
And then there was 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
no, I had planned on getting my stuff moved today, and then that didn't work out, and I hadn't put a video out, and so I thought, well, I'll just do a pop-up live and see what people think about all the other children that could have been. The title was going to say all the other kids that Don and Candus could have reached out and touched, and that's what brought the word reached.
Yeah. That's a real good question. I really honestly can see that being possible.
Right.
Like I said, when you think about, I guess the thing I was curious about when I did the research was, could that house have been used as more than just about their kids?
Right.
Kind of a, place for people to come. Now, if that downstairs in the dungeon in Summer's room, there is something poking out of the wall down there. And I have heard people say that they found it to be a webcam.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you go to Chris McDonough's interview where she takes him throughout the house,
Right.
he comes down there, and I've taken a screenshot of it. I did a video on it, but I took a screenshot of it and brought the light up because it's so dark down there.
Yeah.
And you just cannot, there's no way to tell what it is. And first I heard that Chris had said it was found to be a webcam, but then all of a sudden it came out again that, oh, no, he's just not sure. So I'm wondering if they did find a cam, which, with like the child predators and the guy near them, was it Sharpie or something?
Yeah, Sharpie. Yeah.
The one that has all the charges for all the child pornography.
Yeah.
You have to wonder, did that just was he creating that?
Right. That he had to get his content from someplace.
Right. Exactly. But,
hang on one second, honey. Susan, are you talking about the one with Lips, where Lips did the interview? You just have to look at under Lips on YouTube. I don't have a link for it. It's okay, Jen Sparky, if you're getting here late. We don't mind, honey. I'm sorry, Holly, for interrupting you.
No, you're fine. We're just talking about if that was it happened to be something where it could film the room.
See, that was one of my theories or questions was, okay, Candus, everybody's saying, oh, well, he didn't live up there. He had not been up there in a while, blah, blah, blah. Well, could he have been the red truck that drove by when one of the times Candus drove to the bottom of the hill in her mom's truck, supposedly?
Mm-hmm.
Could there have been a handoff? Could he have been taking Summer to, maybe Don and Candus weren't the ones that made the content, but this man was getting his content from somewhere.
Exactly.
And even if he didn't, he would have known who was making the content or how to get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he was like, hey, you want a few extra bucks, blah, blah, blah. And she handed the baby off. He would have known where to get a hold of somebody that makes the content. Right,
exactly. They make a lot of money off of that.
And also, I had a question, Holly. Let me ask you what you think about it. Okay, all right, to begin with, H says that the phone call came in at Walgreens from Dawn, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And if you work the timeline, that would have happened around between 11 and 11:15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Chris McDonough says that he figured out the timeline and it supposedly happened around 1:30 while they were swimming.
Okay.
Then Don himself says that he called her about 3 o'clock. And Chris asked him, well, where was she at when you called her? And he said, I'm not real sure. I think she said she was at Walgreens or she was on her way to go swimming.
Okay.
So if she was at Walgreens at 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
or on her way to go swimming at 3 o'clock,
Right.
that throws in a question right there.
Right.
But if Don did leave in the red truck from work and go home, and he was at the house at 3 o'clock and called her and said, somebody's up here trying to touch the kids, he may have left work and went home and was there, and that was some kind of code or signal or something. Because at 3:09, we know that video, supposedly, whatever day it was taken on, at 3:09, it shows that she was 5 minutes away from her house. Because of the signs on the side of the road and stuff. So could they have, like, Dawn come to the bottom of the hill as she's coming in and they swap the baby off right there?
I really gut level for a very long time have felt like there was a handoff like that. Like I'm not sure about the timeline. Like because I've been so confused about that Walgreens call,
right,
and the different times given. I can't figure out the time of how they did it, but I don't think Summer came back home that day.
Right.
I don't think she came back home. When Candus is explaining what happened when they got back home from the water hole,
yeah,
she was telling Chris, okay, she got out of the truck. She said she hopped out just like nothing, and saying that she had been asleep and that she woke up. But why would you say she hopped out of the truck just like nothing? Like you hadn't drugged her? Like
right,
she wasn't injured? You know, that leaves that question. But then I noticed too, whenever she said, anyway, Candus is being very, unaffected and calm. But I watched at one point when she said she went running in the house. She jumped up like nothing and she went running to the house. And she was right about that point where she says she's getting out of she got out of the truck.
right.
And Candus, you really have to pay attention, but she does this big, hard swallow. I know that sounds dumb, but just the body language of it, it was like somebody who was just struggling to you know what I mean? Like she was,
Yeah.
It looks like her nerves were just, shot is what it looks like when she does that. And I think there's right there is important. Like, I don't think that ever happened. So yeah, I think there probably was a handoff from her to Dawn, maybe.
Right.
Or they did the handoff and then she got handed off to somebody else. But I'm also starting to believe, when you listen to Dawn's old interviews, he talks a lot about being absolutely 100% sure that she was abducted. And I wonder if they set the abduction up. If they sold her and had somebody come get her, they could have looked the other way. Somebody did come get her, and that's how the transaction went down. So when they took their lie detectors and they said, we don't know who has her, she was abducted, all that comes out as truth.
Right.
Because they don't really know. So I'm all over the place with that. But yeah, I do think there was a handoff there between the two.
Right. Auntie M, I wasn't ignoring you earlier, honey. I meant to say something and then I got sidetracked. Yes, I have heard about the Chicken Head Mafia. Yes, I do know it's in Hawkins County. Yes, I do know it is real. Unlike Cornbread Mafia. The Cornbread Mafia is a legal, functioning, money-making company that is not involved with child trafficking at all. But Chicken Head Mafia, yes, it is real. And they were very highly dealing with drugs and have since, from what I've researched, changed over to or including trafficking in their business.
Right.
But they're located in Hamlin County and Hawkins County.
I didn't know about that. Wow.
Yeah. You need to start researching that, honey. Chicken Head
Okay.
Mafia.
I will.
And I don't know, and it's alleged, okay? Please nobody run with this piece of information, okay? Because I don't even remember where I got it from. But I heard that it was connected to the chicken plants that are local to that area. You know, where they process live chickens and stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hence, Chicken Head Mafia.
Oh, wow. I'm going to look into that.
Well, Holly, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I think everything that was on my mind this evening I've said, unless you have something.
No, I've just been talking, trying to get answers myself. Now, I did have one thing, and I couldn't find the video that I wanted to find on it today, and that was the fact I could have swore that I heard an interview with Donwells where he says that he got home at 5:30 and then says, well, he thought it was 5:30, and everybody said, no, it was 6:30. The only one I could find on it was the interview with Chris McDonough where he says that that's when the law was called. But I could have swore I heard one where he said that he thought he got home at 5:30. But it wasn't really until 6:30 he got home. And I had questions of, if it was 6:30, the law was called at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And the law got there at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So did Dawn really get home at 5:30?
I don't know the answer to that, but I think it's possibly the interview you're talking about that you can't remember which one.
Yeah.
That he said that on. I would check Voices Behind the Wall.
Okay.
I think it might have been on the interview with them. Now, one interesting thing about them is, did you catch this? Whenever they were interviewing Dawn, it was probably August after she went missing in June. And Dawn starts talking about the red truck that was there the morning of her disappearance that had the lady with the crazy hair in it.
Yeah.
And they wanted him to jumpstart something or help them. They had kind of gone into a ditch or something. I heard somebody not long ago saying that had happened in August, but on Voices Behind the Wall interview, he tells them, because they question him, they didn't think it was the day Summer went missing. So they say, and when did it happen? And they ask him, like, did that happen June 15th, the morning? He's like, yeah, about 3 o'clock in the morning. And they ask him again, you're saying that truck was there with the cops, the woman, went back to the truck, the woman with the crazy hair. You're saying that happened the day Summer went missing. And he was adamant. He was like, yes.
Yes. I know. I did a video on it, and I caught a lot of flack over that because everybody's like, no. This happened this time. This happened that time. No.
Yeah.
I had a link. I believe it's still pinned to the top of those comments. Mm-hmm. And the link is to the interview where Dawn says flat out that it happened that morning.
Exactly.
And I mean, but I found the pictures that he took. It shows Dawn in the rearview mirror in the white truck that morning.
Really?
Not in the Subaru, but in the white truck, taking the pictures of the cop with the red truck and the four-wheeler that was off, that needed to be loaded back up, the kit and caboodle.
So what do you think that was about? Do you really think that was just a coincidence that happened before Summer went missing? Or how do you think it plays in?
That I don't know, unless allegedly, hypothetically, maybe they were at that supposed party that night.
What party? I don't know that.
Okay, there has been a rumor. I heard it long before Harsh ever talked about it. That there was supposedly a party at Don and Candus's the night of the 14th.
Okay.
And some people think that that's why, because Hunter talks about him being so sleepy the next morning, right? Because
Right,
he'd
I
been
knew
up
that.
all night.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there was a talk that maybe he had been at the party. Something was said by Jody Sue or somebody connected with Jody Sue talking about something had happened that night too.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was, a connection of all these people and that party that supposedly happened. Well, then it went all hush hush like everything does with this case. And then nobody talked about it again until Harsh brought it up. And he said that he had heard the rumors that there had supposedly been a party that night.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was hypothetically a party at their house, could that have been people that were just so messed up and coming down
Mhm.
off their house or out of their driveway
Right.
that wrecked?
Yeah, that would make sense. For them to have been at the party if the party was there.
Right. And
Yeah.
why Don would have been involved in it. Why would he be taking pictures of it?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't, because he says that he supposedly was driving to work. See, that's what gets me about the white truck. He says he was driving, leaving out to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He was supposed to be in the Subaru that day.
Right.
Not the
He was
white
supposed
truck.
to have been in the Subaru, which he says he had been driving. I listened to that again today. And he says he had been driving that Subaru for a while now.
Now, he changed that. Did you
Okay.
know that?
No, I
When he
didn't know
first
that.
talked about it, you know how they would hear something? I think they would hear people go, well, that's dumb. Why
Right.
they do that? And then they would change it. And I remember at first he said, I decided to use that Subaru that day because it's sitting there and it's $600 a month. And I think enough people said, what a coincidence that the day summer gets gone, you're driving the Subaru for the first time. Because he did
Right.
say that. Then later, that's when he said, well, I had been driving it for
A
a
while.
week or two, something. Yeah. He just changed the story. I believe
Okay.
it was the first time that day.
Anyways, though, supposedly he got up, between 6:30, 7 o'clock, left Candus and the baby asleep in the bed,
Mhm.
gets in the vehicle, whatever vehicle, he says a Subaru, but he gets in a vehicle and he goes down to the bottom of the hill.
Mhm.
And that's where he supposedly runs into this wreck.
Mhm.
Okay. But the thing about it is when he's taking pictures of this wreck,
Mhm.
I mean, it's got the cop car and everything in it.
Wow.
He's in his white truck.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
the pictures plainly show the white truck.
Yeah.
So what do he do? After he gets through taking the pictures, he goes back up and gets in the Subaru. But if
Yeah,
he
drives
had
it
of,
for the first time ever.
then wouldn't he have run into Candace and Grandus leaving because they had to be at the hospital at 8 o'clock, and it takes how long to get to the hospital?
Yeah. I don't remember.
So at least 35 minutes.
Mhm.
So if he left at 7, went to the bottom of the hill, stayed there long enough to talk to all them people, take those pictures, tried to help them, and then told the cop, no, I can't help, I got to go to work. And then he went back up the hill and got the car, then he would have run into them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. But my point was, because people are like, no, that was a different time. Well, you tell me how many coincidences it's going to happen. And he's going to come off his driveway. There's going to be a red truck ran into the ditch that had a 4-wheeler on the back of it, and there's a cop car sitting there, and he took pictures of them because he supposedly took pictures of it when it happened that morning too.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen twice.
No.
So he was in his white truck.
I think my phone's messing up again, Nana. Do you hear something?
Yeah, I hear the ice cubes again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Well, I'll just say, what was I going to say? That I felt like from the beginning, the red truck was a huge red flag. I don't think somebody else saw it. I think they thought that would get the police on a different track and not looking at them. And I think it was their sad little attempt to try to distract and put them on something else. And just like Dudley, he fired him on a certain day. It made it really convenient to say, oh, he's the number one suspect because I fired him the day before Summer got abducted.
Right.
I just think things like that they thought would help them get away with it. And
You know what I think is weird though?
mhm,
Is the fact, like you said, they were just saying that about the red truck, right? Just to throw the cops off, blah, blah, blah.
mhm,
What makes it, it would be one thing if that's what everybody thought. That
yeah,
Don and Candus made that up and told the cops that.
mhm,
But the fact, what's really weird is that damn Ronnie Lawson is the one saying that somebody came to them about the red truck and he's backing it up.
mhm, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I mean that tells you right there that I'm probably wrong though, because it came out of somebody else's mouth. Maybe it wasn't put there by
Supposedly,
Don and Candus. Yeah.
they never came forward with who actually supposedly it came from.
Well, they found the truck a few weeks, a truck that came, and they ran the plates, like the plates had been removed, and it was a red truck, and it had lighter.
And it came back to 100 Ben Hill Road,
Exactly.
which is on donwells' property.
Exactly. And you know what Candace said about it in a newspaper article?
What?
She goes, well, it came back to 101 Ben Hill, and nobody lives there, so guess they don't know what to do about it. And I thought, 101 is your property. Just because a house isn't right there, that doesn't mean it's not your property.
Right.
I don't know. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, she really thinks that, she was just like, oh, so they're not looking at that at all. And I'm thinking they probably thought, looks like you.
Well, that's just like everybody's trying to brush it off. Okay, Robin takes and commits a crime by marking out that red truck off those wanted posters for summer.
Right.
She commits a crime. That is a crime.
Mm.
That's obstruction of justice or an impeding an investigation.
Yes, yes. Uh-huh.
And because, oh, well, somebody told me that it didn't have nothing to do with it or it had been
It was
found.
probably Candace who told her that.
So what gives her the damn right to mark the damn shit out?
I don't know. No,
But everybody just brushes it off. Oh,
I
it's
know.
okay.
I know. I agree with that. That's crazy. She was so flippant about it too. She was just like, "Oh, I heard that it was, it was ruled out or something." Yeah, she should never have done that. Big mistake.
I would love to speak to that woman too.
Really?
Yes, I would.
She's not your favorite person, huh?
Well, and it's not that she's not my favorite. I would love to speak to every one of these people that all they get is butt kissing, Holly. I'm sorry.
I know.
But there's been everybody hollers, oh, well, you have to be nice when you interview these people or you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't have to be hateful and rude, but you don't have to kiss their butts either. You can be straightforward. And
I know.
And if they decide, oh, well, this is too much, I can't deal with it, then that says something right there. It says they're damn guilty of something.
What I want to know is why has nobody ever asked anybody, even Ronnie Lawson, the hard questions?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, just don't quit worrying about whether you're going to piss somebody off. Ask the real questions. We need to. We're not getting anywhere. Nothing's happening. Who's holding people accountable? They just go, well, are they still cooperating? And then Leslie's like, gives you a whole, sends you down a shit road, saying, well, we can't qualify what cooperating means right now. You're like, really?
Right, exactly. Well,
I would have come back with a clarifying question. I wouldn't have let that go. I mean, that's ridiculous. They could say, all they had to say was, yeah, we still consider them the same as when he said they're not cooperating. I mean, how hard would that have been to answer? And they came out there and said nothing. That's what they said. They came out there and started giving excuses about how hard they've worked.
They came out there and give the same old tired script that they've been given since the beginning, just like Don and Candus reads their damn script.
Exactly. They have theirs.
And what I don't understand, that's just like Marlena. Somebody emailed me earlier and told me that Lips was letting people have an opportunity. You get to ask one question of Marlena Crawford, right?
Wow.
Ask anything you want to ask.
Uh-huh.
People were, she said, and can you believe people are actually on there posting questions of like, what did you think of summer? And there was one person said, well, how were the Wells boys? And come on.
I
My,
know.
my
What's
first
next?
question
What's
for
your
her
favorite
is,
color?
yeah,
I mean, the kind of shit that Candace's friend allowed to be asked of Candace. We
right.
can't talk about summer. Oh, we like your hair color. What color is your hair? And I'm like, no, we've got more serious questions we need to get
My
out of
first
her.
question would be, why did your daughter have to leave that night? What happened?
Yep. Yep.
How long did you stay at their house? What went on?
Mm-hmm.
Has your daughter ever been defiled?
Yes, exactly. Why don't people want, are they just afraid of offending people so
I
much?
don't know. They're afraid that that person's going to get mad and leave their channel, and then they don't get the interview and they don't get the views and the clicks.
I guess. But it frustrates me too. And people who had the opportunity to ask Don and Candus the hard questions. I mean, Ziggy, well, I shouldn't be talking about a specific creator. I listened to her stuff. She got a lot of information out of Don, but it felt that way then too. It was like, oh, we have to
Kiss their ass.
kiss up to him so he'll keep, and I get that. It's not that it doesn't make sense, but where I'm coming from, it pisses me off eventually because I'm like, he doesn't deserve to be coddled and, made excuses for.
Well, the plain and simple fact is, if everybody would have stopped coddling him and Candace and asked them the hard questions, even if they walked off the show, if every one of them would have done that,
yeah,
eventually they may have said something. Because they would have seen they weren't going to get the damn attention that they were seeking.
That's so true. That's so true. Very good point. This is about attention. They wouldn't keep on talking to people and letting people interview them if they weren't getting something out of it. And let me tell you what they both wanted out of it: attention.
Exactly.
They wanted attention, and they probably enjoyed the attention of people kissing their ass. That part of it. That part of it they love.
Just like Jody Sue loves the damn attention that she's getting, that attention that she didn't get for the last 20 or 30 years, however long she was with Andy. Right. She didn't get that kind of attention. Now she's getting it, and she loves it. So therefore, she's putting out any kind of information she can that's going to make it keep coming in. And is there a Waylon in here? Oh, okay. Oh, Charlie, you almost got in trouble. I thought that was a child's name. Oh, Lord.
Oh, no.
There is actually a Waylon in here. Or Waylons. Okay.
Mimi or Mimi.
Hi, Ashley. It's Ashley. Yeah. Hi, Ashley. Lord, I almost went off on Charlie. Because I thought you were saying a boy's name, honey.
Yeah.
I didn't see that Ashley was in here. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We gotta protect the boys. We gotta care,
Right. Oh, Lord. Anyways. I always enjoy talking to you, Holly.
Oh, I do to you, because I feel like you really get where I'm coming from. Like, I wish you and I could interview them. That would be special, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, it would.
We wouldn't. I mean,
you could grab one side of their head and I'll grab the other, and we'll just both slam their heads against the wall.
Yep, that's what I feel like doing.
I know it. That's what I wanted to do with Candace from the very first time I heard her talking. Those eyes started rolling back in her head. I think
the most upset I've been is when Candace started getting on YouTube and people would do things like put her wish list out and ask her questions about her favorite color. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This is, it's just absolutely insanity that happened. She absolutely needed to be asked the hard question. And she would, you know, Cam had her on his show. You know, she popped in uninvited one day, and he asked her. Oh, I know. He was like kind of dancing around, talking to her, like he was a little nervous to have her there.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Well, can I ask you one question about that day?" And he's like, "If you don't want to, you don't have to answer it." And she goes, "Go ahead and get it over with, Cam." Like, get it over with. Like, that's just an annoying thing I have to deal with sometimes. Let's talk about me.
Right.
You know? Ugh, frustrating.
Well, that's what frustrates me about creators that will do that.
Yeah.
Can I ask? This is my channel. And if you are going to come on my channel, I should have the right to ask you whatever I want to ask you. If you don't like it,
You leave.
you have the opportunity to turn your camera off and leave.
Yes, exactly. I know. I would have made the most of it. I would have asked question after question.
Tina says, Nana, do you remember me telling you that I seen on a different creator's thing a video and there was somebody else at the water hole with them that day? No, I don't remember you telling me that. Do you know who it was? That's okay, Charlie. I apologize for not checking my sources first and then going off. Sorry about that.
Well, I stand with you. I've always got your back because I do feel like you and I are a lot alike, and we see things a lot alike.
What, you got mine too, honey. I mean, or I've got yours too. I promise you, because you know, evidently 3,000 must be a magic number when you know, people start coming at you sideways. So it's been getting a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, you know, I've had times where it seemed like it got more. I mean, there's certain topics, certain videos I'll do that for whatever reason, like I was telling you, I did the video right before you had the problem about seeing Don on the page, the web page about DC. Well, I had just shortly before that done a video about where is he, because I was hunting for him online and couldn't find him. And it just angered people so much. And I was like, no, I wasn't saying you would have thought I'd went on there and said, Don is not in jail anymore. Like he is gone. He is not behind bars. I just couldn't find him online. And I'm like, what does this mean? You know?
And all I was doing was asking, you'd have thought that I said the Pope was a satanic worshiper or something. I promise you.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, I was removing comments and stuff, but it still, I was just like, geez, you know, Louise, people. And that's why I made it private. And then I did try to call a couple of times because I plan on asking them, why does it say this? Yeah. And I couldn't get through. And then one thing after another happened. And then evidently Don B and Miss Daisy's channel or somebody on there or somebody called Hawkins County, and they're like, oh, we verify he's there. I don't know how they verified it unless they actually speak to him, because as we know, law enforcement can tell you or say anything they like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know that neither Hawkins County Sheriff's Department or TBI know who's officially the lead on the investigation? Did you realize that?
Yes.
That's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. One saying it was the other and the other one pointing at the other one. I'm like, if y'all don't even know who's in charge, how the hell are you going to get this solved?
Honey, that was the case back in March. CC Investigates, that's when I'm thinking maybe in February, I started doing my lives, and CC Investigates was with me like the first 3 lives I did, I think. And back then, she was helping me look stuff up and everything.
Yeah.
And she actually ran across, I forget what it was, but it was something that she thought that they needed to know. So she actually called TBI to turn it in. And TBI told her, nope, sorry, we're not, in charge of this. You have to call Hawkins County. And when she called Hawkins County, they told her the same thing. Oh, sorry, no, you have to call TBI.
Oh my gosh. That doesn't give you very much confidence in who's handling this shit, does it?
And no, it don't. And this was back in February or March.
Oh my gosh. That makes me mad.
And what really makes me mad is the Dylan Rounds case.
Uh-huh.
Honey, he went missing on the 28th of May.
Mm-hmm.
By the 17th, and those law enforcement was evidently not much better than Hawkins County. They didn't want to help the parents search. They didn't want to do diddly squat. TBI stepped in as a criminal investigation on the 16th of June.
Mm-hmm.
That was less than a month. Here it is more than a year later. Why has the FBI stepped in on this case?
I don't know. I wish I knew. That's what we need. That's what we need. Unless, you can hear all kinds of things. I'm not saying there's any, that it's truth by any means, but I have heard that both somebody with inside information supposedly knows that FBI is investigating both TBI and Hawkins County, because they said that particular division of TBI was under investigation, the child trafficking.
Right.
So that would be the best news I think I could ever hear, because then we know that they do know what's going on, that it's not just them passing the buck back and forth and that never get anywhere.
Right. Tina, you can say whatever on here, honey, as long as you're not bad mouthing other creators and you can't say any child's name.
LeBrier, thank you so much. Hello to you.
Yes, James, that's what I was putting that up there for. But no, who was it, Tina? Who was it that you said you saw at the hole? The swimming hole. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something to you, and I forgot what it was.
It'll come back.
Yeah, I know. It runs away from me from time to time.
No, me too.
Oh, honey, please, you ain't that old.
Well, neither are you.
I'm a little bit older than you are, baby.
Yeah, that's all. Just a little. Well,
I know.
You're a smart lady.
Well, thank you. I don't feel that I'm that smart.
My husband's always telling me, we'll talk about the case, and he's like, Holly, you really pick up on things, and you're really smart how you're thinking about this. And I'm like, I think I'm so average,
Me
like,
too.
I'm so.
We're just thinking like normal parents would think. We're just using common sense.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes my emotions get in there too, I know. But I don't know. I don't want to give up. But I do have times like you had recently where, you feel like you were just getting bombarded with so much meanness.
Well, and some people keep saying, oh, well, it wasn't that bad, or it's not that bad, but the thing is it's bad enough to bother me now. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to allow it to get worse.
Right.
That would just be stupid.
Right. You have to protect yourself,
Candus responded back to her that no, not Warriors, that dam was where they were at. That was, I can't remember the dam. That's where Don B went up there and filmed. Hey,
did you get anything straightened out with him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Lord, we've had 2 more fights since then.
Oh, Lord. I'm way behind.
Yeah. He texted me one day and said, I'm okay now. That was the end of it.
Yeah. What he had to say about the TBI press conference, I really appreciated his take on it. Yeah. I mean, he was very much like I felt, like, really, this is all you're giving us? And I thought with him having connections with TBI, he knows somebody there or whatever it is, that he would be defending them. But he was just like, they could have said anything that would have made us feel better. Just
Right.
say, we're making progress, something. Don't tell, they give you no hope whatsoever. Nothing.
I can't think of it either, honey. It starts with an N, don't it, or an H? Jen, do you remember what the name of that damn dam is? Oh, I can't think of it. Henry something. Fort Henry Dam. That's the name of it, Alicia. Alicia. I'm calling you Alicia. I've called you Alicia for months. You're Alicia. You just have to get over it. Yeah, it's Fort Henry Dam. That's the name of it.
Yeah, her saying that they don't have common sense. We're thinking common sense. She says maybe that's where we're going wrong with the Wells case, using common sense because they clearly don't have any. That is so true. What a good
Well,
point.
I tried thinking like a criminal too, guys, but everybody thought I was crazy.
With your past, you can.
Yeah. I promise you guys, I have never really done anything wrong. Every time I've ever went to jail, it was over something stupid. I've never really broke the law.
We believe you.
Speedy.
John doesn't believe you, but we believe you.
No.
But yeah, I mean, those two, I think some people don't grasp how different of a world they come from and they live in. It's just like things that are just like Candus showing that dungeon to Chris McDonough. She was just showing him, where her bedroom was, like it was nothing. She didn't even know to be ashamed that she had her daughter in a place like that.
Exactly. Or the fact that they knew. My biggest thing, besides the baby being missing, and put all that aside.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest gripe is the simple fact that before those kids, before anything happened to Summer, they knew DCS was coming. DCS was involved.
Right, they were.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They knew they were coming back for a home visit. Mm-hmm. Not one time did Don bother picking up anything outside and cleaning up out there. Not one time did they bother having the boys help clean the outside up. Not one time did Grandus or Candus go inside that house and clean. The baby goes missing.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. You can holler that you didn't know DCS was coming before the baby got missing. But once that baby got missing and all them cops and DCS workers and TBI was at your house and seen the shape it was in, you knew DCS was coming back to get your kids if you didn't do something. They had 5 weeks to be able to try to keep those boys.
That's right.
And not one time did they lift a finger to do anything. And we know this is true because the house was still in a wreck of a mess when Chris McDonough showed up. And Cam tried to tell me, oh, it was because TBI went in there and disheveled the house 7 times. That you can look at that video that Chris McDonough did. That house was not disheveled from TBI. That is how they lived.
It is. It is. That's how they lived. That's exactly right.
And if that wasn't true, the outside of the house wouldn't look the way it looked.
Exactly.
You can't tell me TBI done that too.
I know. It's just an excuse. It's just an excuse.
I'm sorry. It just makes me so mad, Holly.
I know. It makes me mad too. It's hard. Well, I've got to get up and go to work in the morning.
I got to get up in the morning too and try to get something done with this. It's a shame we didn't get it done this evening, but things work out that way. Thank you for being on here, sweetheart.
Oh, I appreciate it. I enjoy it as always.
As always, you are welcome here anytime. You know that.
I know that. Love you.
Love you too, sweetie. I'll talk to you later, hon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, my dolls, my babies, my friends, whoever you may be, it is time to hit the hay. What have you got to say? Nana, it's kind of pronounced Alicia. That's what I said. Oh, Alessia. Okay, well, I couldn't remember that. I know you asked her. That's why I was having trouble pronouncing it. It's because I was trying to remember how it was supposed to be pronounced. But thank you. She gave me permission to call her Alicia. Not that it was going to matter because, like I said, I've called her that for months. Hello, Jetta from Texas. You are late. It's okay. We don't mind, though. No worries, hon. I was up on panel, but my granddaughter got me with fuzzy flowers today. I can't breathe, so I jumped down. Yeah, no Team Jean. No Team Jen tonight. You are not being punished. You're not in the corner. I just jumped the gun. I'm just trying to make sure that none of the kids' names were said, is all it was. Yep, that home and land didn't get cleaned until those people volunteered. Exactly. I don't care what Cam says. TVI did not make that mess in that house. Yes, it does tell you how lazy she was. Okay, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. Back to the corner. That she let people volunteer to go clean her mess, and she sat her butt with Grandus and watched. That's true. Like I said, my friend Bobby was up there, one of those volunteers, and they didn't do diddly. No matter what we do, we will never be able to truly think like them because we have hearts that cry for kids and we have empathy. And in my opinion, they don't have either. I agree. Cam does need to wake up. But maybe he should have done that before he signed the NDA order or whatever it's called. I know it don't mean diddly that he signed it, but I'm just saying. Imagine what kind of frame of mind you'd have to be in to sign any kind of paperwork in a connection, any paperwork that says you would keep any kind of a secret in a missing child's case. If I said that right. I don't know if I said it right or not. But imagine what kind of frame of mind you would have to be in to do that. And I mean, that's not bashing Cam. I'm just saying, he should have. Where was his mind at? I mean, shoot, Marlena, pay me and I'll give you my half of the story. And I happen to think that she's a big part of that story. And my first thing was, no, I don't do that. You know about a missing kid or what happened to it, you need to tell. Don't be selling your information. You're a piece of crap if you do. I just Googled Chicken Head Mafia, and so many of those guys have been arrested for trafficking. Yep, and hadn't never heard of it. Or I had never heard of it. Right. I know he does, honey. When I seen the mattress and thought about that little girl Angel having to go to sleep on that filthy, nasty thing and wake up on that dirty thing, Just broke my heart and even more. Well, the thing about it is you shouldn't let that break your heart, honey, because remember, she didn't have to sleep on that mattress. She slept right next to that nasty monster every night of her life, remember? Federal paperwork and a joint operation between multiple different agencies. What are we talking about, Stay Tiger? I evidently missed something. That's what I'm saying. I think she's a huge part of it. That was probably the most expensive thing it had, or that kitchen at the time. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Well, I'm missing a bunch of crap. Marleno knows a lot to this case. Why does it say Marleno in the chat and it says Marlena in the screen? Two different kinds of, I promise you it does, guys. I was thinking the same thing, but different. Want to put that in your chat without your permission. What? What, that she's a big part of it? I think that pic of Summer on the milk jugs and video were taken. I do too. You know I do. I put a video out about it. Right. When you get upset, you clean. I wished I could do that. Big brother always watching. That's why Marlena thing. Phone listening in. And it has nothing to do with them being poor like they try to act like. No, it doesn't have anything to do with them being poor. I was asking about your comment of what frame of mind to sign paperwork. This is the type of paperwork that would need to be signed, right? I think I'm talking, I was meaning what kind of frame of mind you would have to be in to sign something. What kind of mind frame would you have to be in to sign a deal with the devil is what I'm talking about. You have a child that is missing, and you have people who are going up there supposedly to help. And there's somebody there holding a piece of paper saying, okay, you can help, but you have to sign this piece of paper saying that you're going to keep any secrets that you find out. What kind of frame of mind would you have to be in to sign that piece of paper stating you're going to keep secrets for this family when you know there's a 6 or 5-year-old baby girl out there missing and we don't know what happened to her? Who in their right mind could sign that paper stating they would keep secrets, period? I mean, who could that person be that would do that? I couldn't. A terrified one? Terrified of what? They drove from Virginia to come and put themselves into this position, to talk with this family, to be around this family. How could he have been terrified? And I'm Stay Tiger, I'm not trying to argue with you or anything. I'm just stating the way I feel. If something happened after they got up there and they started talking to all these people before the paper was signed, and something was said or threatened, if anybody got threatened by something, why didn't they say, okay, here, let me sign this piece of paper so that you can get away safe and sound and drive straight to the TBI office and say, look, this is what has been said. This is what I was threatened with. This is what they made me sign. And this is why they made me sign it. So being scared or terrified, nope, don't cut it. If somebody threatened them, they should have went straight to the police. They live in a complete different state. Oh, if you really want to know who, I got the whole list of names, terrified of uppers or higher ups. I would love for you to send me that list, honey. I would love for you to send me that list. I agree, honey. Nobody went up there and took that baby. Before everyone leaves, please hit the like, subscribe button for Miss Nana and Miss Jen. That's the least we can do for all their hard work. Well, thank you, James. I appreciate that. Yeah, we probably need to be getting off here pretty soon. I have a question. It says, what are those sounds in the background? Oh, I thought it was a real important question. That's the gray frogs up here. They're native to this area. Can y'all hear them real good? Trying to make people think some kind of power network took her daughter. Yeah. Sure about that. Who would be the top agency you go to if the TBI can't handle it, since it's across the state lines? You would go to the FBI, you would go to U.S. Marshals, military. Actually, I believe you'd go to a U.S. Marshal. You truly believe Candus is scared? Yeah, I'd say she is. She's scared they're going to find out. Somebody's going to find out what happened. And she's either going to be in trouble with the officials or she's going to be in trouble with the bad guys. She's terrified. She has nowhere to run. Biscuit, don't you start scaring me, damn it, by going off. Hang on one second, guys. Let me shut this front door. Okay, I'm back. Tree frogs in Texas. Will be sent before I head to bed. Thanks. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. I really would like to see that. Nope, it's not cricket. Well, there might be some crickets out there, but I don't think that's what y'all are hearing. Exactly. That's what she's scared of. James, can you not still hear them? I shut the door. I love you too, Charlie. You like listening to my frogs? Is that their mating singing? I didn't do that much research on them, but I did a video on them one time and put it out. And I did check to make sure exactly what they were called and stuff. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your never mind. That word just slipped my mind. But thank you for believing in me, should I say. Your hockey team just won the Stanley Cup. Well, congratulations. Crickets, tree frogs, yep. People are shooting fireworks off. Makes me feel like I'm in the country. I love it. Is it loud? Charlie K, don't be saying that. I'm sitting out here by myself. You're afraid of frogs, Gemma? Or you're not Gemma? Shit, why did I say Gemma? Why are you afraid of frogs, honey? Of course, you could say the same thing about me. I'm petrified, deathly petrified of grasshoppers. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. I don't see that I do that much, but hello, this and that. This is Gemma, right? Let's see, wait a minute. My important question was back up there. Hang on, let me find it. Crickets and tree frogs. Yes, it's crickets and tree frogs. You're terrified of them, huh? I'm not scared of frogs, but nah, you can forget crickets and grasshoppers. And like I said, I'm deathly petrified of grasshoppers. They do bite. Oh, you were tormented as I was tormented with scary things in the dark. I had 5 older brothers, and I was the baby of the family. You didn't miss much, nothing important, sweetheart. Other than me saying that we're probably going to have to go ahead and say our goodnights. It's getting late. It's 10:53, guys. And I've got to get this camper moved tomorrow somehow or another. Ugh. Who just said their team won Stanley Cup? Alicia did. Alicia. See, the horror movie is called Frogs. I Googled it. Imagine that, Charlie. Sort of like the horror movie Birds. It's called Birds. I love all critters got Katydids. Yeah, Katie. Okay, I was sitting here thinking chitty-dids. What the hell is a chitty-did? Katydids. Tree frogs, crickets hollering all around my house. So, Katie, there's another word for katydids. What is it? Cicadas. That's what it is. The proper name is cicadas. Yes, and I will email you as why I changed my ID. Okay. There's not an emoji for biscuit. No, I guess not. Somebody needs to make one. And when you make it, she's black and brown. And just, make it look like a puppy dog. And then just tell everybody it's a biscuit. Pour a little gravy on a dog. That's what you do. There's your emoji for biscuit. Yes, but this is scarier than birds. I don't know. Have you ever seen that movie where the cats eat the humans? There's like 500 cats in a house. That's fine, honey. I will. Okay, my darlings. It's time to jump off here. So I'm going to say goodnight, even though I hate to. I love talking to you guys. It's called cats, you think? Who comes up with these horror names for these movies? You would think they'd be a little more inventive or have a little bigger imagination. Oh, you can come move my camper to your house. Where do you live? Helter Skelter. I remember trying to watch that when I was a kid. I've tried and tried and tried. And then once I got big enough, I'd already knew the story so darn well that watching the movie was just didn't bother me. Am I next to a pond or a lake? There's a little bitty pond over here. Good night, Charlie. Stephen King makes some killer movies. Absolutely. Have a good night. Great tomorrow. Move safe and smile. Always good speaking with you. You're one of the best channels on YouTube, if you ask me. Thank you, Stay Tiger. I greatly appreciate that, honey. I really do. Y'all wouldn't understand how much I do appreciate your kind words. I know you can't leave, Charlie. You can't leave until I do. And that's such a gentlemanly thing to do. I appreciate it. You don't want me walking in the dark by myself, do you? I know you do, sweetheart. Okay, guys, I've got to let Charlie get some rest, and he won't leave until I do. So I'm going to jump off here, and I'll see you guys. If I don't do a video tomorrow, then I will see you guys on a video Tuesday. Okay? Thank you, James. I appreciate that. I got to meet Sad Hagen. I got pictures. Wow. Thank you, Discovering the Truth, so much. You guys are so wonderful. Could have been. In South Carolina, I might take you up on that, honey. We might talk we might talk soon, depending on what part of South Carolina you live in. I think South Carolina is beautiful. next to Tennessee. South Carolina is the most beautiful state because I love the flat. Just you can look and see for miles and miles and miles. I love that. Good night, guys. I'm going to get off here. I love you all. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you guys soon.